Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm craving chocolate covered almonds. How's it going? It is Saturday night here in the House of Sewing. I'm wearing my It's a Miracle USA jersey because that's what we're going to need tonight because we're playing Canada. I hope everyone's doing well. Shalom. How are you doing?
I am great. How about you?
Oh, I am doing the Watusi as always.
Mhm.
Twin, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I got to see my Girl Scout dealer today, so we're full of sugar and ready to go. It's gonna be an amazing day or night. Yeah, I'm ready to go all night. Let's do it.
Wherever you are, that's where you're at. Day. Oh, now I have that day and night. I haven't heard that song forever.
But you're doing good.
It is another beautiful day here in the House of Sewing. I want to say hello to everybody who's in the chat. Hello, Rita. Great to see you. Great to see you. Yay.
Hi,
Katie.
Rita.
Yay. Hello. Great to see you. Yay. Hello, So Terry. Alibaba. Yay. Oh, I am so sorry that you're in pain. That's the worst. Yay. Hello, Tasha. Hello. Do you know
Hi, Tasha.
I always get sick when I want to go somewhere or do something, That's when I'm like, oh, or we'll make plans to go somewhere, and it's like, you're sick. Or on my birthday, every year I'm sick.
We need to move your birthday.
What should I just pick a random month? I feel like
No, we're not going to tell you. We're going to pick it, and we're not going to tell you it's your birthday until it's your birthday. Hey, can we do that just for fun?
Whoa.
Let's do it.
You got this.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna throw a birthday for you, William, and you have no idea when it's coming. All right.
Well,
just
considering it was just my birthday, I'm here for it. I'm here.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
We'll call it. Well, we can call it your unbirthday, just like in Alice in Wonderland.
Yes. There's a song and everything.
I do.
Yeah.
I do consider myself Peter Pan and Lost Boys all wrapped up in one.
I have been Wendy much of my life, so I got you.
Oh, so it disperses inwards, not outwards. I pulled my coccyx. I have to say it slowly. I pulled my coccyx a couple years ago, and so I understand. I was walking around with a cane. Oh, you should have saw me. I was like, I'm told the story a million times. I was literally standing right here. I coughed. I felt a. It was the worst. It was absolutely the worst.
Yeah, I have had a couple of back injuries that once it was right before my trip to overseas, and I was on my way to Ireland, and it was 2 days before my flight, and I was like that old man that you just bent right over, and I couldn't stand up straight, and I couldn't walk, and I went to the chiropractor, and I wanted to marry her, but she was already married. So. She fixed me up so good. Oh my gosh. I love the chiropractor.
Are you
I just love it when they just put you in all these positions and they just crack you and just line you right back. I'm like,
just ninja me with your elbow. Just give me the flying freaking elbow. And
which literally is what it is. So you're pro chiropractor, huh?
Oh, 100%, 1,000%. But I'm also I have a little bit extra, like there's a syndrome where you have really floppy joints.
Okay.
Right. And it can be really debilitating because all of a sudden your legs come out of order and your hips go out of order and like everything just kind of falls apart. And it can be really debilitating and end people up in wheelchairs. And that's a tough life. And I don't have that, but I'm a little bit hypermobile. Like, like, you know how some people can do just weird, funny human tricks with their bodies? That's me. I can do stupid human tricks. But because of that, so my back or my leg or my hip or whatever will go out, but it's really easy to put it back. So, yeah. I'm lucky that
I'm
lucky that it's fixable.
I'm extremely double jointed, so I get that. Like I'll
Yeah.
spare you with my yoga moves, but I used to be able to put my foot completely flat on my back. I can just still, but I can still do the ballet move. I can't do it anymore just because I don't stretch as much.
Okay.
Up until my strokes happened, I could still do the splits. You know, like I'm just a little bit high. Yeah, it's hypermobility of your joints. That's what they call it.
I mean, I'm pretty flexible, but I can never do that.
Yay, hello, Pam. Hello. And you know what, Alibaba, it didn't start on my phone either. Sometimes YouTube is just wonky in general. And sometimes you have to refresh. It's one of those, you know, like I always say, if it wasn't for glitches, we wouldn't have channels.
Yeah.
I'm happy you're here, Ollie. You saw that.
Me too.
Yes.
And I'm very, very sorry that things are so painful for you right now, because that is really just, I mean, your pain in your spine is directly connected to your brain. It is some of the worst nerve pain you can ever feel. It's
absolutely
not fun.
I hope you have someone out there to help you, Ollie. Just, you know.
Oh, I know that sound. Yay!
Hi.
Hello.
How's it going?
Oh, I'm here.
Things have changed in your sewing room, Tammy.
They have.
What did you do?
I completely deconstructed the deconstruction zone.
Great to see you,
It looked really good. I like it.
So the stack that you see now, that's 15 of the 19 quilts I need to quilt.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Sheila. How are you doing?
And I'm watching the game. So if you see me look up, I have a TV mounted above my head.
I thought you were just looking at angels.
Even though I get massive
He's looking towards you.
strikes, even though I get copyright strikes in general, would I get a massive copyright strike if I turn the game on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the NHL nowadays is kind of huge business, and maybe they would.
They're
fighting every time the puck drops. They're fighting each other.
Well, what do you expect, the U.S. versus Canada? But go U.S.
Great game. Great. It's been a great game. I don't, you know, and honestly, at this point, like, I'm not here to say. And the funny thing is, I'm not even saying this from a political standpoint. I'm just watching great hockey. You know, there's some passion going on, and I had absolutely no love for this tournament because I will say, for the permanent record, this is the longest All-Star game of all time. 2 weeks for an All-Star game.
15 days.
Wow. That's pretty wild.
It'll be over soon enough. What's today? The 15th? So 1 week from today, Kings will be back on.
And I'll quit crying about it when hockey comes back.
I gotta look up when the maybe Ollie knows. Ollie, do you know when the Briar is on?
No, Sheila, this is a 4-country tournament right now. And so basically what's happened, these guys are going to play each other a bunch, then they're going to crown a champion, and then they're going to go back and all be on different teams.
I feel like it's like a taste of the Olympics.
You know, the Olympics are actually really exciting for me, but that's because I've watched them like as long as I can remember. So I'll agree with you on that. I just wasn't on this because they're messing with my life. All I do is sew and watch hockey. when hockey season is over, and I'm not even saying this to be dramatic, I'm sitting here sewing and I'm like, oh man, what am I gonna watch on TV? Why do I even? I'm not kidding you. The only reason I own a television is because I can consistently watch my teams.
What about all the other 20 TVs?
Those are.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
No, those are on important DVDs. I have one. I'm not kidding you. I bought on Amazon a long time ago. I bought a DVD. I thought it was the ocean because I love you know, those channels where it's just, you know, fish floating around. It's an aquarium.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a camera in an aquarium. So I have all kinds of important stuff in here.
I would love just to hear the ocean. Like, that would be nice.
I love that. I
Just
absolutely love that. I know someone that has a beach house, and it's a strange thing when you hear the waves crashing all night long.
Oh, I know. Leave the doors open.
Yeah.
And beach houses, they're not like, they're wide, but they're not necessarily like this house is wide. They're not. They're long.
They're shotgun. That's what we
Oh
call them.
my
Yeah.
gosh, it is so crazy. The house I'm thinking of, I think it has 5 or 6 bedrooms, and it's a 1-story house.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Well, they have to have as many beachfront properties as they can. So let's,
Cram them all in. Yeah, cram them all in.
Watch the 1986 World Series. I do. Right now, I'm running through 1987 until 1993. That's been on my playlist lately.
Well, we talked about the MLB started today. The spring training.
And because you said that, I actually watched all the weird stuff. It's weird to see them already. Baseball's like hockey.
The Dodgers have the opening game for the spring season.
I think it's more of a money thing, Tammy, but I think that like the seasons are getting shorter. Hockey, they're like, okay, you won the cup, and then bam, we're back. We're back.
I mean, my umpire husband, like, why did he not tell me that spring season started today? Like, I don't know why.
You didn't get the memo to hear. He asked me to tell you.
I just
so Tammy,
really,
Tasha, you will not. Tasha, you
we
will
like
not
had
regret
to
it.
like we talked in our brains.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tasha, you will not regret having a TV in your sewing room at all.
Yes, Tasha, everyone needs one. Did you get a good one? You got to get a mount and put it on the wall. Don't let it have any space that it has to sit on.
Yeah, don't let it take up any extra space. You see mine right back here.
No, mine's over here.
I just want a radio.
Great to see you, Judy.
in here.
Great to see you. And Pam says, I sit here knowing I should be doing something productive, but just not happening. That was me. I had to go run one errand, which I did, but then I came back and I'm like, oh, that's why I made all my thumbnails, so I feel productive. So all my thumbnails are up, and my thumbnails even up for tomorrow.
No way.
If it helps any, Pam,
are you sick? You have a fever going on?
So
I do.
When I was doing all these quilts, I ran into one quilt that I'm struggling making the back for. So like all the backs are made for everything that has a back over there. But when I was sitting there struggling with, I got home I got in my studio about 1 or 2, and at 4 I still wasn't done.
Yeah.
And most of it was just sitting there thinking, not doing anything. So you're in good company.
Great to see you, Judy. Great to see you. Welcome.
Hi, Judy.
I have all kinds of wall mount. One of the reasons why I do want to move and start over, or at least get a studio space, is because I have a million mounts. I could literally make that wall in the Matrix like they had with a bunch of TVs. I could make that room.
We need that
in a giant circle.
You just need to do it like they do at the gym. A whole wall of TVs facing one direction, and then a whole wall of TVs facing the opposite direction.
Well, one of the reasons I have screens pointing in different directions is because I have squirrel moments, you know.
Oh,
the blue chair, actually, when I sit in the blue chair, I can actually see everything.
So the guest gets to see the whole world.
Yeah. They can see the production and everything.
Tammy, I said he has to keep it clear for us because you never know when any of us are going to stop by.
That's true.
And Ollie's 100% right. You can't wall mount a sewing machine very good. But they stack well.
So my mount is 360, so I could like turn it any which direction until I put the shelving unit in here. The shelving unit is the whole determining factor as to why I can't move it anywhere.
Well, Tasha, I am really excited that you're getting a TV. Just think about all the Netflix that we can listen to together. Like we can get on. I want to know what kind of shows you like to watch.
I like the swivel mount idea, what Rita's saying. I like that.
Oh, yes.
Hey, hello, Judy. Hello.
don't know where my brace is.
I am eventually going to finish sewing what I started the other day. I've just been really busy.
Yeah.
And then my sleeping habits have completely changed. Hi, I'm a vampire.
What?
I need to like set an alarm so I can function during the day. I do miss being a day walker. But
I don't.
Okay. So what time do you desire to be in bed by? So that you can not be a vampire.
Well, the problem is my job.
Yeah.
So, every other day I'm on the road at 3:40. Well, I'm at the donut shop at 3:45. I always stay 3:45, but I'm way out of the house by 3:45. I've already gotten over the morning cold, no matter how cold or warm it is. It's all even during the summer, it's kind of frigid at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Do you use your automatic starter for the winter?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't. Oh, I can't get in a cold car. No,
I
sir.
just get in my car and I turn it on.
Nope. Nope. I would say go start it or I'm not getting in there. Yeah, I need at least 10-minute warm up. Put on the heated seat.
See, but the problem is I live in LA County, so you have like a 60% chance that someone's going to come in your car and take it. Like,
okay, then you can sit in the car and wait for me for 10
Christmas.
minutes.
Someone left me a free car. It snowed part of the driveway, but it didn't finish. I can't even picture snow. It's so funny. I can't even picture snow. Not sticking, just feeling unproductive. I know that feeling. I've been cleaning a lot lately, and then I sit down and I'm like, well, that's my production of the day.
So, William, you're sitting here saying you can't even picture snow. I had a thing I was hosting today, and I had to call it an hour in because there was too much snow, and my car was completely buried in the parking lot.
Oh my gosh! Nope, nope. It was.
It's a dry snow, so you can just take a brush and brush it all off.
Dry snow,
but it's still
fluffy.
Yeah, yes, there is such a thing as. Well, it
doesn't stick.
So the difference between it sticks, but it doesn't stick to anything.
Like you can't make a snowball or nothing out of it. It's just poof. Like
okay.
Yeah, you pick it up and it's like that sand stuff that falls.
It was well, my car said it was 71, but it was probably more like 69, 68. I had the air conditioner on today in my car because my Flex is black though. My car's black and it absorbs heat.
Oh, hi, Linda.
Hello, Linda. Great to see you. I'm stuck on Tasha's comment. I have a bunch of reality TV show and the Great British Bake Off to catch up on. Absolutely.
Yeah. I have not watched the last season.
Yay.
What would you like, my daughter?
Oh, I don't even know what season I'm on. I'm lost.
There is a show. It's the same format as the baking show, but it's a sewing show. They're given challenges to make garments, and they're everything from a men's button-down shirt to a good pair of trousers to like all these different classic like jackets and things like that. And it is, I love it so much. It is so wholesome. It is the wholesome version of that Project One Way. It's everybody's nice to each other.
You know the name of it?
I think I've seen that.
Great British Sewing Bee.
I've seen it. I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen
I think I started on season 27 or so. I came in way late. I just say that I'm glad I don't do live streams now. If I want snow, I'll come. I can make a drive up northern Arizona. That's one thing a lot of people don't realize. It does snow a lot in Arizona. It's just in the north.
Just the elevation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, southern Arizona is the real desert. Northern Arizona is like Nevada.
Yeah.
Does it snow in Nevada?
Yes. Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. Not like it. More like on the strip, they get massive floods. Well, they've completely strip mined the area, so when it rains in Vegas, there's nowhere for it to go. So it goes in the It's a mess when it rains there.
Yeah, it's bad.
There's a casino where everyone goes because it's an inadvertent waterfall. When it floods, there's this one parking lot that it just completely floods, and it's this weird, beautiful waterfall. It's on YouTube, and they actually ask people to stop going there when it rains. You know what? So Terry, because of, I think if you live in America, we can't watch a lot of this stuff because of our VPNs. I used to have a Canadian VPN, and I watched everything, and then it was taken away from me. I don't even know why.
Aww.
Oh, you do know why? It's because nobody's making money off of it, and they got to make money.
I am locked out as a Canadian. I am locked out of everything American. Like, it's amazing how many things on YouTube are not accessible to me because of the geolocation. And I can't watch football games, like even stuff that's like, you know, that's public in the States, because I am barely inside of this border. I can't watch it, and it really sucks.
Oh my gosh, PK Subban is wearing a fur coat with a nice vest and a tie. I'd actually wear that suit. Oh my god, sorry. I'm looking at the comments.
They probably took it from you.
They get dressed up. They get dressed up. If they did, I will sue
Not
him.
quite like Don Cherry, I'm sure.
The coach was the best. Coach, you know what's really funny? Before, like probably right before you guys came around, I used to always go off about Coach and Daryl Evans, who's a commentator for the Kings. They get dressed up. This man has a different 3-piece suit on every game, and he does not repeat.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he has royalty.
He in hockey, they do it in all sports, but people get dressed up. They dress like it's the 1950s. They do all kinds of stuff.
Oh, they do in basketball.
So he really only needs like 50 suits, and then does he repeat them year to year?
If he does, we wouldn't be able to tell because he's so well dressed.
Yeah,
he's so well dressed. Type in Daryl Evans. Coach Don Cherry was crazy. I'm old. I have a bunch of VHSs when I was a kid because he was just trying to teach people how to play hockey. He was fired from the BBC because he said people weren't wearing poppies anymore, and he said it was disrespectful, and he got fired.
Well, I mean, the thing is, Don Cherry has always been very, very outspoken, and quite often in a way that just isn't okay anymore, because he's really a guy from the 50s that is just living today, you know.
Coach was a leftover. He was a leftover from a yesteryear.
And he got, like, I mean, they love him, and he's so popular, and they gave him so many chances over and over again. And not only that, but he would lose his shit off screen and get really, like,
he was a 1950s. He was a 1950s hockey coach. Those guys are crazy.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. So it was really only a matter of time before he finally said something that they were just done with him, because they'd given him so many warnings. And I love him and hate him at the same time, because he's just such a jerk.
I have this just crazy nostalgia, and then during the pandemic I started watching all my old VHSs, and I have like 9 or 10 Don Cherry VHSs where he's just trying to teach you the fundamentals of hockey.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was a hockey genius, and he had such a memory for all the players, for the different play styles they had, for really cool things they did in 1985 at the blah, blah, blah. You know, he was just that guy that had all of the statistics in his head.
That's part of the problem, though, is there's a quote, and yes, I'm going to Star Trek, but in Undiscovered Country, the Klingon leader looks at Kirk, because they've been at war forever, and they're about to come together in peace, and he looks at him and he says, the hardest thing about being in the new world is living in it. because they were the old schoolers. They didn't like each other,
Mhm.
you know? And sometimes that stuff doesn't go away. And that's kind of what happened to Coach.
Yeah.
He was an old schooler.
He was very, very, very much old school. He was like everybody's grumpy old uncle, you know? Like that's
But that's, you know, I'm not even trying to like veer too far off, but that's like a nice hockey coach doesn't exist. Hockey
you know,
coaches are
I
those
guess it's
guys
a bit like a polite waitress these days. You know, they just get so fed up and grouchy and angry that that's just how, you know, they operate as humans, you know.
We get extremely polite waitresses. They don't go crazy on you unless you go crazy on them.
Fair enough.
And we don't have I'm saying this to be funny, we don't have the yellow sign Waffle Houses in Southern California.
Okay, I found something and I'm gonna put it into the Discord thing for you because it just made me laugh and it was so you. I just gotta find it.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I've been cleaning so much lately, it's not even funny. Like I keep on finding more and more fabric. I had a habit of every time I left. Well, it's like every time I left the house, I bought something.
And then you just put it in a corner somewhere, and now you're finding it.
Okay, I always say you don't have a problem unless you're hiding it. But I wasn't hiding it. I'm a hoarder. There's a difference. I would just buy.
You were accidentally hiding it.
Like there's like it wasn't on purpose. So that's why my oopsie stack keeps on getting bigger and bigger because anytime I find something, I'll add to it.
Okay, there you go.
Almost as tall as you are.
Look in the Discord, William. Look in the Discord for a second in the general channel. I sent you something.
I think it's on my computer.
Feels like he was describing my quilting tops because I kept finding more tops.
Yeah.
I would get one pulled aside to layer, and I've got 3 additional ones that I didn't know that I needed tops or needed backs for.
Oh, Shalom, that's funny.
It perfectly melds together the two things that he'd just been talking about.
Can we just screenshot it to you?
Yeah, because I can't. I'm such a dinosaur. I don't know how to.
I
don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I am a real life fabraholic. I am. I will admit it. I am a real life fabraholic. And again, as somebody like I wasn't even trying to do it on purpose. I'm just a real life hoarder.
There you go.
Oh, that is a Warful house. Oh, see, I love the meme era. You know, people, they always talk trash about the younger generation, but I'm grateful for memes. We should let Ollie in. Ollie needs to be in there.
Oh, yes. Invite Ollie to our Discord link. Yes.
Okay. Okay, is Ollie in Mona's server?
No.
Well, I need
I am
need your info, Ollie.
You know what my real problem was is every time I left the house I bought fabric. Because in any direction I go in my town there's you know a fabric store in any direction. And there's 4 Walmarts in my town.
Proof that your town is bigger than my town.
Just in my corner, because I asked the A word one day and got a real answer. There is 200,000 people just on my side of town. It doesn't feel like that though. I could go walk outside at 11 o'clock at night and there's no one out on the streets.
No, she didn't post it in Mona's.
So it's one of those weird things where I don't feel like there's that many people here. But when I lived in other places out in the woods, I felt like there was no one around me. If that makes sense. Like
the town I live in only has 11,000 people.
So do you know everyone's business or what?
No, I could care less about anybody.
Do they ask you a bunch of questions at the
The truth comes out.
I know. I live
Everybody
in
knows
LA.
me. Everybody knows who I'm related to. Everybody knows like the
See?
patriarch of my family
That's what I'm saying.
and
Oh,
what I'm supposed to live up to. Yeah.
Are either of you friends with Ollie on Discord?
No.
We
No.
will find a way. Hello, Candace. Hello. Great to see you. Happy Saturday.
If Ollie goes to my channel, he can find my email address and he can give me some info so that I can send it to you.
I just
Hello?
to find him on Discord and I could not.
Is it your government name, Ollie?
No doxing people. No, he has an amazing
I'm
name.
not going to give anybody his government name.
And yes, Pam, in my town, there are thrift stores. Oh, and speaking of which, it is February 15th, and I have yet to purchase any sewing machines or fabric.
I think that, hold on. Is there anything? Hold on. Wait for it. There has to be a reaction that I can put up here. Look, confetti. Like,
I know it's crazy. But when I say no by 2025, I'm seeing how long I can go. I completely reserve the right. How's it going, Candace? I reserve the right to snap, and you're gonna be like, "This is my fabric haul." I'm gonna walk in like I bought 300 yards of fabric.
I don't think you're gonna go that big. I think you're gonna go and you're gonna find a couple pieces that you like because you're like, I don't have this. I doubt you're gonna go 300.
What's happening to me now is I'm realizing a lot of my motivation came from my shopping habit. So I would see something and be like, "Oh, that's a coat," or "Oh, that's a cape," or "Oh, that's a pair of pants."
Yeah.
But now I'm shopping my own stuff, and I'm like, "Oh, I bought so much stuff last year. What the heck was wrong with me?"
I figured it out, Ollie.
I'm giving you
I'm a detective.
Thank you, Pam. Thank you. Yeah, I've actually been going strong this year. No buy.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you.
And the other day, I finally had that. Hey, man. No one will know if you go to the Goodwill. No one. And I kept driving. I just kept driving. But I did have that.
Yep.
That moment. It's because whenever I go to the bank, my bank is at the top of a hill. Okay, and I'm not kidding you. When I come back down, there's a Walmart and a Goodwill.
Oh, it's like you're the Lion King. You can look over the land and go, "Oh, my people, my Goodwill, my Walmarts."
Well, I look over the people and see a freeway.
That too.
Oh my people going to work.
Oh, you don't miss the smell, do you? Like, I wonder what you would do if you smelled the Goodwill. If that would bring back.
It probably will. It's going to be one of those core memories.
They all smell the same.
No, but they all have a distinct smell.
This year I have gone. Well, I couldn't kick the habit early. So in the early days, I did go and I didn't buy, but I still haven't bought anything. It wasn't easy. It was part of my routine. Going to the Goodwill was part of my life. I literally went to Las Vegas and didn't gamble. I went and bought just a ton of stuff at the bins, which I'm still cleaning and going through. I should do that. One day I should put on everything that I bought at the bins.
Shalom, how do I get the link so that I can send it to Ollie? Is it on our Discord?
I told myself.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I'll get it to you through the phone. How's that?
Okay. Yep. And then I can send it to him because he just emailed me.
I invited Zodi too. Yay!
I plead and beg to my sewing machines, Rita. I'm like, please don't break. I apologize that I didn't check the bobbin. So what do you call it? Do you call it? I'm asking the chat. Do you call it bobbin chicken or bobbin roulette? I have a feeling bobbin chicken's gonna win. One day I called it bobbin roulette and it stuck. I don't know if it's a thing. It's just something that I named. You know.
I mean, I like that, but it's just everywhere you go. I mean, there's T-shirts and everything that say the other.
Okay. You know what? Patent pending. I'm add that to the shop.
Add it to the shop.
Please. I humbly.
We have more.
I humbly ask you, please add that to the shop. I knew bobbin chicken.
Where is it?
I went to the thrift store just to look at.
Put a round bobbin saver on there.
I miss that. I miss going. See, that's my problem. I miss going to the Goodwill.
Or bobbin roulette.
William, we're going to find like an image to put on there with your roulette.
So, like a bobbin saver, you can spin one of these, and that's roulette.
Wow.
Yeah. Spin it and decide which bobbin you're going to pull out.
I like that. That's a lot cleaner than my idea.
Yeah,
that's a lot more mature.
We should go both ways. It's okay. We gotta feed both. We gotta feed both ends of the spectrum here.
It looks like bobbin chicken is winning. I call it both.
Thanks, Shalom.
Roulette. It is bobbin roulette. You're just blowing on the dice and hoping that it doesn't run out.
Yeah, I just don't gamble enough to come up with that.
Up until COVID, I was a hardcore slot machine gambler. I had a visor and everything.
I bet my husband would totally call it bobbin roulette.
Looks like hello, very nice to meet you. It looks like bobbin chicken is winning.
It is like 99-1.
I knew bobbin chicken.
Oh.
I told you I gotta put some dirt on. I gotta rub some dirt on it, you know.
It's all right. It'll stick. It'll come just because you said it. It will.
Oh,
it will.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, because we knew William won back in the day. That's why I can't wait to say that.
Dang, Terry.
Where's
my bobbins won't fit that. That is true.
Oh, there's different sizes. There's different sizes of them out
because
there.
the classic, a lot of the classic bobbins are all different shapes and sizes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one that I just showed fits this machine, but I've got like 4 others that fit the other machine that I have.
Visors are things for slots. It's a weird stereotype, and I don't even know who started it, but yes. It's like a signal to other compulsive gamblers. I was bad. I was like bad. They still send me stuff begging me to come back to the casinos.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't gamble anymore. I go to quilt shows. That's what I do. And that's what I will be doing. I can't remember the date.
March 20th.
I'll be there. Las Vegas, I'll be there with my cowboy hat on. Wah, wah, wah. I don't know why. I just turned myself into Clint Eastwood, but I'll be there. Wah, wah, wah.
Aww.
There's a lot of things.
You're going to have so much fun.
Lots. Wah, 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 wah. No, that song is just stuck in my head.
Yeah.
I don't want to hype it up too much, but I got the quilting bug.
I mean, you're gonna have fun because you're gonna do the quilting circle. You know, you're gonna go there, and then I think that you should just go visit your old, stomping grounds. Go do other things. I think you should give yourself liberty for that. It'll be like birthday weekend in March.
So twin is you're the devil on my shoulder who's going to be the angel and say, no, don't spend me this much.
Go ahead, Tammy. Tell him, oh, don't do it, William. Don't do it. You can be strong.
William, You know you're going to get the look from me if you go buy anything. So you're there to go look at the quilts and get inspiration for your next project to see how you can turn your current project or your current stash into a project similar to what you see.
Absolutely. With my USA jersey on, reporting is ordered. I agree with you. I agree with you.
And after you get
Next time, give me a 5-second warning.
after you get the biggest bread bowl soup ever, or whatever you're gonna get, you're gonna go buy
Vegas.
something.
Yeah,
Vegas is different. You can
Just
get
gonna get a
everything.
long arm, guys.
Okay, don't go to a quilt show hungry, just like you wouldn't go to a grocery store
don't do
hungry. You will buy things that you don't need
Yay.
because they sell jelly rolls, layer cakes.
Raleigh
Yeah,
2026.
you don't need to go to.
All
Candace,
right.
he's coming. He is. If I have to go pick him up myself, he is coming. He is going. Tammy, we're going.
I'm gonna show up wearing all Dodgers stuff,
This year?
Brewster's Million style.
Mm.
No, I'm gonna. You know what? Just tell me. I want to drive there. I'll regret it, but I want to drive there.
That's 3.5
Drive where?
days of driving. If you're by yourself.
Oh,
I
no,
don't-
Isaiah.
talking about
Is
Raleigh?
Isaiah coming with you?
I don't know. I'll always
He
have
can drive
it.
part of it.
Yeah.
But would you sleep if he was driving?
No. It's terrible, Katie. I used to have all kinds of VPNs and I can't watch anything. I had a hardcore habit of watching a lot of Canadian television. And before I have a package now on my television where I can watch almost any hockey game, but I have to pay a lot of money for that.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's the 15th of February already.
Oh, so Shalom noticed something different, but my decorator came in today.
You're welcome, Ollie. Your decorator came in today. Oh, Mardi Gras.
Yeah. Yeah. It's no longer Valentine's.
I thought Mardi Gras was already over. I thought Fat Tuesday was
March
at the beginning of the month.
March 4th, according to our Amazon device. As of
It was always in
the other night
February.
when I asked.
Oh man.
I don't think it's happened
Yeah,
yet.
I mean, yeah, I believe.
I don't think it has.
Everything's getting later anyway. So,
Yeah. Easter is after all of this,
I know.
too.
It's in April this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I started doing? I started buying DVDs to a lot of the shows that I was obsessed with. And so because if you do that, it's cheaper in the long run because you own it and you can watch it as many times as you want.
Yep.
Because these services like Paramount Plus discovered how many people watched MacGyver because they have MacGyver on Paramount Plus. They took it off. I'm not kidding you. Within like 48 hours, it was back on. Because people were like, this is the only reason I pay for this. I need my money. It made me laugh. Absolutely.
No, I
Absolutely.
didn't know that.
So many great shows on BritBox. I need something like that. I don't care for British shows. I'm obsessed with Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I don't even know what okay.
Oh, my heart is hurting.
If you go on my channel, I have a Penelope Keith love channel. I'm obsessed with British television. I have Prunella Scales in a play that no one's ever heard of on my channel. I gotta read. It's sad how much I'm obsessed with British television.
Me too. That's why I have a subscription to BritBox, and I love it, and I watch it every single day.
Yeah, Rita, that's what it said to me. Mardi Gras.
I mean, I'm
4th.
more likely to watch a British television than anything else.
And they have gardening shows and decorating shows. Like,
Katie, you
oh,
like
there's
gardening. You know every
there
plant in the whole world.
there is yeah,
You love it, Katie.
there's a show about like vintage decorating, and this lady goes into their houses and helps redecorate with vintage stuff, and it's
Oh, I miss
amazing.
my VPN. You're making me miss my old
No, this is
VPN.
it's BritBox. It's a subscription service. It's
No,
amazing.
I've heard of BritBox. I think I can get it here.
So we use Proton. We use the app Proton, and we can change our VPN. So why can't you do that?
There's some show. I don't know. There's some show on that I've picked up on
Yeah, The
YouTube.
Crown.
Yeah, I've watched The Crown and Bridgerton. I haven't finished The Crown. But no, there's a show that I picked up on YouTube, and it's kind of like the British version of Hoarders. And they are trying to cure OCD neat freaks by sending them into houses where the people are definitely not.
Oh, bring them in here, in this
Me
room.
too. Me too. I'll have them.
Yes, Austin.
It's like super crazy.
North and South. I could watch that a million times. There's just so many things, and I just watch Netflix and just go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah,
I listen to things in Russian. All the Denmark. I just watched them. I was like, "Oh, you look so pretty. Oh, you're handsome. Oh, yes. Hey, how you doing?"
Benny Hill is the ultimate 60s, 70s slapstick humor. Like, there's a lot of sound effects whenever he does something silly, and his theme song is amazing. The Benny Hill theme song is the best
play
ever.
that. They play that on a loudspeaker, like near Downing Street. The politicians will come out and you hear banana.
It's actually on my computer, and I used to use that for transitions in my classroom. When they heard it, when the kids would hear that song, they knew they had to transition to the next thing.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea, actually.
They're just energy.
Mm-hmm. And my kid has a really hard time with transitions, but that's the spectrum thing.
Yeah.
So if she had something like that, I think it would really make a big difference for her.
Yep, something that she likes.
They're great. Exactly. Do you know, I bet I have Hulu. I need to look, because the other day I looked at something and they were like, you have all these things, and there was a bunch I've never logged into.
Yeah.
But I have Disney Plus because I pay to watch hockey, so I have ESPN Plus, but apparently I have Disney. Not watching it.
Look at this.
Yeah, the Disney Plus comes with ESPN, doesn't it?
I'm sorry.
No, you know what's so funny? I worked in all kinds of weird outreach, but I worked with actual what I consider real hoarders. It is not fun. There was somebody that I was working with. I'm not kidding you. They had a trash can in the middle of their living room, and they had their arms over it because they would not allow people to even throw away garbage, and their house was just encased. We were taking it out the front door to the dumpster. We were like, fine, if you want to guard the dumpster, you want to guard the trash can, you can't guard the dumpster, but it's bad.
So my thing with watching shows like that is it makes me feel so much better about my housekeeping skills. Because I can see more floor than what they see. Like, my house is nowhere near any of that. Like, I would not qualify for the show. But like, somewhere psychologically it helps my brain.
What's the score, William?
It's
still 1-1.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not keeping up with it anymore.
I just like how they're not being nice to McDavid. In the NHL, he's like one of those people that you can't touch, but they're coming at him in this tournament.
Okay.
A lot of those shows, like I'll tell you, I couldn't watch. What's the show that used to come on before about people who are addicted to stuff? Oh, Intervention.
Or My Strange
Yes.
Addiction.
Intervention.
Well, no, I watched that show. If you're
Oh,
eating chalk,
that
if you're
one
eating
too.
chalk, I'll say this with love. Get help. Get help. That
It
person who married their car, I think you just wanted to be on TV.
Probably.
But Intervention, that I couldn't watch that show. I'd lose my mind. I had a neighbor
That
who
one's
was
hard.
a hoarder and I didn't want the soles of my shoes to touch the floor. Do you know her house was so bad that she lost her cat. She couldn't find her cat. We found her cat and it was alive. It was just living its own life in trash heaven over there. Cats are self-sufficient. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was a big house. Oh
Gross.
yeah, people are gross. I just stopped watching that show Hoarders, and when it was done, I would go through a bunch of same. See, but the thing is, like, and I know this is a weird justification. I do not hoard garbage. I have physical stuff. I'm not hoarding milk bottles. I'm not hoarding like Kellogg's boxes and stuff. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
You're a champion. Oh, that's a good TED
I
Talk.
hoard hockey jerseys. I'm gonna come out with jerseys, you guys. Like, see, but this was in one of my intros, so everybody knows I have this one.
I gotta get your speech.
I hoard clothes.
Yeah, but you make them.
I know that's the problem. The cat was living its best life. She'd put food out for it. That's how we knew the cat was still alive. But she had so much stuff in the house that the cat was the only one who was able to access the back room. So the cat went and made a fort back there. It never left the house though. We thought it left the house.
Yeah.
Did you ever see shows where they're flipping houses and the things they find? Okay, so I was actually into doing this, and I walked into a house of over 100,000 comic books. It was one of those things where it was a great moment and one of the worst moments at the same time. Ask me how many comic books I still have in my middle bedroom. I made a ton of money. I made more money than I've ever made off of anything. Ask me how many comic books I still have in my middle.
Well, I'm gonna say you still have
probably 10,000.
Thousands. I have long boxes. If you ever need an entire run of the thing, get at me. I have original Avengers.
Yeah, and I'm like, you have series though that you're selling.
Entire. Well, I made a lot. Like, I discovered a whole world. Hey, Sydney, great to see
Sydney.
you. I discovered a whole world, and quite honestly, it is weird. Like, I didn't know that comic book savants existed. Great to see you, Sydney. Great to see you. And so I got thrust into this world that I was not ready for. But I made a lot of money. I met some really crazy people. I would not call you a hoarder. You're a pack rat. I like pack rat. I love that. I have a bunch of rat thing shirts. I'm going to start wearing my rat thing shirts. I knew people that...
I have to agree with that statement. I wouldn't call you a hoarder either because your house is livable.
Oh yeah, that's why
there's a difference.
In my last video, I showed my living room. It's actually a functioning living room. I forgot
Well, we see your hallway in the shorts. Your hallway has a clear floor. That doesn't happen in the hoarder show.
That's my runway though. That's my
Do you change the clothes on your mannequin?
No. Well, if they're accessible, I do. They're not.
There's a sombrero.
Like, I'm just thinking, like you have so many, like every time that you post a video and the mannequin's there, you can feature something else.
They're inanimate objects to me. I don't look at them as people. They're not almost people. They're plastic.
I would totally do it.
I know you would be giving them names, putting bows, putting sunglasses on them. I could totally see that.
Well, we have this guy that lives in Siler, and he would dress his up as our president.
This is not Lars.
In different places around his yard.
There's a movie called Lars and the Real Girl about a man who bought a real doll. It's a movie. It's not like a documentary. But no, none of that is going on around here. They are employees. I use them as dress forms.
Oh, I
They
would
don't have-
totally just be like, "What are we gonna dress them up this week?"
I will tell you though,
I would change it up as your manager.
well, you
Change
can't
the
see it
back end.
because I have my dress form in the way, but the one with the eagle, hold on, let me switch my angles if you can see the eagle.
I mean, Master Chief, I can't do anything with.
Oh, you can't
You don't
see
have
the
anything.
you can't see the eagle. Back behind my 76 flag, there are 2 actual mannequins back there. I have my sitting mannequin, but the mannequin that yeah, I have a lot of mannequins actually. I'm realizing how many I own right now.
I mean, I would put your latest makes on there.
No,
let
I
me
don't look at them like that. Yeah, and it does have a giant sombrero on it.
Nice.
Well, I feel bad for them because they're all bald. I don't have any wigs. And so I put hats on all of them. I never looked at my mannequins like they were anything other than just plastic.
You realize who you're talking to, right?
Yeah, you've already named your Highland cow. I know exactly who I'm talking to. This is why I'm telling
I was
you,
about to say she has dreams of Highland cows. Really,
they're employees. They're the greatest employees I've ever had too. They don't ask for money.
They don't talk back.
They
don't say no.
pose for hours. I don't know. I think it's because I've had them in my life for a very long time. There's no stigma or significance to them.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, it's a great place to hang my hat, literally. I am going to clean the room and bust them back out. But the thing is that trips me out. Nobody can hang with mannequins. There's always that one person who's like, no, I'm scared of mannequins. Let's talk about that. Why are people scared of mannequins?
I mean, I guess it's just like when people are scared of spiders and
or clowns.
I was gonna say, I didn't want to say that out loud because I know there's people that are afraid of that word. And then, I mean, maybe they think that they're going to come to life. I don't know. And just like Mummy and all those things, you know.
It's a movie.
In
Well, it's a
lots
movie,
of
but
We
movies,
need to
they
have
do.
the movie.
Oh,
We
make
need
things
to
realistic.
In my books, mannequins are a lot less cursed than dolls.
Oh,
And the worst is those like ventriloquist dummies.
oh,
Those are just nope.
I
No,
told
they-
you. Oh, sorry. In my rafters, because
You don't-
I inherited a lot of stuff. In my rafters, I have at least 9 to 10 dolls that are like, I don't know, 3 to 4 feet tall. They're extremely lifelike, and they're in boxes like this.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in my raft.
they're not
They're
looking
in,
down
they're
on
in
you, are they?
cardboard coffins, and they're waiting. And there's probably a window in the front where you can see their faces when they're ready to come and attack you when you turn your back.
Right. Now I know where I'm never going to go.
No, I'll never forget my like I was like my like you know, I have all my grandmother's and my father's stuff, and my mom would be like, you know, come and get this, and she stumbled upon this one box, and she was like, okay, you have 4 minutes to come and grab this because I'm gonna set these boxes on fire. And I took them home and I lined them up all in my living room in a circle, and I sat there and I was like, you're going in the rafters, because they were looking. It was like people. They would look like people.
No, it's like kindergartners.
Once
Staring.
customers and employees go wacko, take their clothes off the mannequins. The worst we ever. Those were the good old days. A long time ago, there was this guy from Fastnell. He was trying to. You know, we ended up doing business with him because he wouldn't go away. Smart guy, but the mannequins creeped him out. Really creeped him out. And we have mannequins in the office. At least we used to. I took them all out. One of them's actually in here, and that one had a camera in the eye, and it also had a heartbeat. And so we get bored. We would get bored. We would get bored at my job.
Oh my word.
And so, long story short, the guy, every time he'd walk in, he'd be like, oh man, that thing is so creepy. One day, my ex-wife was there, and my dad got on his knees. He was like, please, I want to scare this guy. He picks the mannequin up, runs out of the room. My ex-wife stands there. This poor guy, because he was entertaining us the whole time. He walks up. He's like, oh, that one looks real. And I was like, oh, Lord, we're going to call an ambulance for this guy. My ex-wife went, blah! The guy did a full jumping jack in the air. He was like, ah! Like, we had to sit him on the couch. I'm surprised he didn't sue me. We got him that day, though. We got him. Good
I used to have porcelain dolls, Terry, so I totally understand. And we had a shelf, and they're like lined up. I have no idea what ever happened to those.
I'll tell you anything like, and these dolls had those moving eyes too, where you'd move the box and the eyes.
Yeah.
They're literally, and I don't know, but I see the thing
Good
is,
night,
I don't.
Judy.
Thank
Sorry,
you
I heard-
so much for stopping by, Judy. Thank you so much. I'm way behind in the chat. I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't assign souls to things. I'm not one of those people, you know. So, you know, I just look at things like they're inanimate objects. So, but it definitely trips people out that I own an army of mannequins.
They can go to the museum when we open it. They can go live there.
Yeah, because they'll have jobs. They'll have uniforms, and yeah, they can go live there.
You can make uniforms for them.
They already have. That's what I was gonna say about the one with the eagle. My pops, it had a employee. You know what's so funny? It had an employee card, and my pops was so crazy. He gave it an employee number. Her name is Sophia. Sophia technically works at my job.
So you have named. Oh, thanks, Dad.
I didn't know. I didn't name it. I'm just respecting. I'm respecting the process. Because when I go completely senile, like my father and his father before him, I'm gonna start naming mannequin.
Yes.
I'm taking the clothes off the mannequin before. My daughter wanted this shirt it was wearing. I do that at Walmart. I bought a carpet cleaner that way. They were like, all we have is the floor model. I'm like, I'll take it at a discount. And they sold it to me at a discount. Because they didn't have a box, so they sold it to me like for $50-$60 cheaper.
Oh, that's nice.
That Walmart, it'll probably never happen again. Especially that particular Walmart. That is now the nice one. The one by my house, unfortunately, has gone downhill.
So, Ollie, I have no idea what my mom did with them. So, I have no idea. No idea. They're in her house somewhere.
I still have my I told you. I still have my Cabbage Patch doll.
Yeah.
I have porcelain dolls. I have no idea where they went. Hoping my daughter has them. I have my grandma had these really weird knickknacks. I have these porcelain French people. I will never get rid of them because I guarantee you, I'm gonna go to Auntie's Roadshow. They're gonna be like, "Where did you get these?" Much like
a lot of those have like wording on the bottom, and you can Google it based off of the text. The imprint on the bottom of it.
I have these really old puppets from Mexico. I was shocked when I found out how much money they were worth. I actually untangled them. I was shocked. And they're just ratty old puppets that would scare me as a child because they have like giant red rosy cheeks and big noses, you know.
Yeah.
And when I found them, I had an appraiser. I had because I have all kinds of paintings and stuff, and so now I know how to appraise stuff without the appraiser. I know their process. So I found out real quick how much everything was worth. You ever seen the movie Mannequin? That's like,
Yeah.
Nope. Never gonna watch it either.
I loved The movie Mannequin. Are you kidding me? I loved that movie. And I worked at a Robinson's May in the dock. Let me tell you, it never came to true. I wasn't dancing with any beautiful mannequins. That was a great puppets for show. Are very expensive. I was really shocked. They were just something my grandmother always had. And I forgot I had them. They have a number usually on the back of the neck. Numbers tell you what they're made. I was shocked when I found out how much my Captain Picard was worth because he's a first generation toy.
Mm.
Well, I bought it right when the show came out. I don't want to admit how old I was in 1989, but they had me. They had me. I had Picard, Data.
Mm-hmm. Data was always my favorite.
Data was always my favorite too. Love Data.
Much like when I met Chris Judge, who played Teal'c in SG-1. Do you know how strange it is to meet somebody who plays a very stoic character, and you meet him in real life, and they're like, "Hi!" I'm not kidding you. Brent Spiner is lit. He will run circles around the room. That man, I think he plays it up on purpose because he was always so quiet. He's almost scary to meet.
Have you ever heard his album?
Oh.
It's so bad.
Oh my! Yes, I have.
Hi, Chloe.
Hey,
bad.
Chloe. Hello.
Hi, Chloe.
Hi, Chloe.
Chris Judge admitted he had ADD, and so everyone clapped. We're like, "Wow, you were like really stoic in the." And yes, I went to an SG-1 con. Judge me.
No judging.
But Brent Spiner was scary, and he's happy to meet you. He is happy to meet you. That was all pre-COVID though, because they have a whole different protocol now. You don't even get within 5 feet of them now. And when you take pictures with them, they literally have this weird plastic that's between you and the people.
What?
It's see-through, but it's a literal plastic shield. So you're like next to a plastic shield next to.
Do they realize that we don't live in that world anymore?
It doesn't matter. You might have cooties.
I didn't go to see a snow globe.
Because that stuff pops up all of, Star Trek pops all up in my algorithm. And I used to go to cons, but it's a literal con because all of this is emotion. All like my connection with Doctor Who, with all of these shows, it's all emotional. And so when you go to these places, you spend money like a crazy person. And I've learned a lot of that is just to fleece you.
Yeah.
Great to see you, Chloe. Great to see you. Data was my favorite. But a lot of that stuff still pops up. I rarely go on Instagram, but like I'm still follow everybody who goes to the con, and everything's behind glass. But Twin, I live in a world where you can't go to Walmart. You can't buy a white tee without calling for assistance. You can't get lotion.
No.
You can't.
No, we live in a glass box too now in ours. You jinxed me. I have never in my life, and then you said it the other week. I'm like, no way. Not our Walmart. Oh yeah, every Walmart. It's not funny.
You brought it.
We'll call it California style. But the day it really happened, I came back. I did a live stream, and I'm like, everything at my Walmart is in jail.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh. In the laundry department, everything's out except for the Tide Pods. It is 2025. If you're eating Tide Pods, I don't even know. I don't even have an insult for that one. I don't even have a finish line for that one.
It's only the makeup section and like the whole beauty section. That's the only part that's behind glass right now.
It's crazy, and
baby formula.
And I know the world changed. Sorry, but I remember that old world, and so it's weird to me that I have to I'm trying to get toothpaste, bro. Why do I need assistance? I need razors, and you know what? I don't even shave. I shave with the cheapy ones because now they have 4 or 5 razors, even on the cheap ones.
Yeah.
Those are in jail.
I like Harry's razors.
Is that like something I can get mailed to my house?
Yeah, you can get it at Walmart, dude.
Oh.
Harry.
I really don't look anymore because everything's behind glass. I'm just like, I grabbed the Bics because they're like, no one's gonna steal these Bics. I'm like, I'll buy them.
But no, yeah, you can get them at Target, Walmart, online, Amazon. It
crazy. Mm-hmm. It's a weird point of contention for me. Like, I don't have a problem with it, and I understand pilfering is at an all-time high, but have someone there to actually have an attendee, have a human being there.
I mean, California, of all places, has a no arrest policy with shoplifting, don't they?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay.
You're going to go under the jail now. As of January 1st of this year, if you do anything, they're going to throw you under the jail. There are stores here in Arizona, mostly Phoenix and East Mesa, where you can't even go inside the store. I have to use a drive-up window. I would never get used to that. I need to peruse. I need my car. I need to walk up and down the aisle and see all the things I don't need.
I mean, I might as well just shop online and have it all sent to my house.
I don't want to speak to anyone when shopping. Thank you. And see, Tasha brings up a very valid point. The other day, I went for cold medication, razors, lotion, and all kinds of stuff. The lady was rude to me, and I didn't say anything because I'm a natural Karen. But in my mind, I was like, "Isn't this your job? Didn't you sign up for this? Like, you know what you're getting yourself into because everything's behind glass." So I'm going to take you on a tour because I know what I need.
Follow me. I need this now.
Oh, just it's a whole new world, and I don't like it.
I remember working retail, and
carpet ride.
They started putting the lock boxes in place in some of the departments, and I remember my brain would immediately go to, oh, they've been in here, once a week for the last 3 weeks buying the same product. Apparently they're using too much of it. Like, my brain was immediately trying to judge people. And it was like putting my game face on to not judge people. Because I was like, why are you buying the same product once a week, every week? Like, is there a street value on this? Like, what are you doing?
When I was in Germany, there was a leftover post-World War II, a walk-in vending machine for everything. I wish. I watch videos of in Japan where they have walls of vending machines.
Yeah.
I want that cake. I don't care if it's edible. I just want that cake in the vending machine.
Oh, the cake is edible and it looks like the packaging because they have laws that say if it doesn't look like the packaging says it's going to look like, then that's fraudulent advertising.
Oh, that's amazing.
Do you remember Cake Boss?
The show, yeah.
Yeah, well, they have vending machines all over the East Coast with all his cakes in it.
They have them in Vegas.
They have them there too.
That's the only reason I even know it exists.
Yeah. I was like, what? Yes, but
I would watch weird videos because I get bored of Vegas. Because in my house, I have everything I have ever wanted in this room. But when I'm in Vegas, I'll do a bunch of stuff and then I get bored. And I go looking for stuff. And they have rows of vending machines and all kinds of fun stuff. And Rita, this is so true. People have just become more rude. I don't know if it's a byproduct of just society, but it seems like people are angry at their jobs, And I don't like mine, but guess what I do? Hi. I smile so hard you can see my teeth. Yeah, it's bigger than a $3 bill, but it works. It works.
Well, at least you have a cowboy hat on. It makes it a little bit. It softens it up a little bit.
You know what? People treat me so different with my cowboy hat on. People treat me so different. It is so funny how much respect that hat demands. That hat demands respect. You were there. People were just shaking my hand for no reason. Walking.
I was just like, I didn't know you knew so many people.
I didn't. It's the hat. It's the hat. You have coins and bills and coffee maker. It's so funny.
Man,
people
man. If I heard "Hey man" one more time, I was like, yeah.
It's
And
the
like
hell.
behind him, like a security detail, like talking about watch.
I just asked them for someone who wants to keep their job. Absolutely. So Terry, it drives me crazy. Around here, people are so, it's just, I don't get it anymore. And I'm not saying this to be like 20 years ago, you'd walk into Walmart and they would be like, be our guest, be our guest. They would literally be singing the song. You know, they used to have meetings before. I worked at Walmart in 1990. Cough, cough, cough.
Okay.
7 or 1998, around there. And they used to have hype up meetings in the morning. They'd get the whole crew together in a big circle.
Wow.
My mom would tell me
The
about
work
it.
ethic of people have just, it's gone down. It feels like it's gone down quite a bit.
I'm glad that you guys say that, because sometimes I feel like I'm on an island because I'm overreactionary, so I won't react because I know I'm a Karen.
And it's across all job fields. It's not just customer service or anything. So it's just everyone.
People have stopped knowing how to act when dealing with people.
Yeah.
And it's all, and I try not to go too hard into it because, again, back in the day, everybody said please and thank you. I'm looked at like a space alien because I say, excuse me, I'm sorry, please, you know, may I please is my big one. That's my big one. No, because it's polite. It's proper English to say, may I, I am happy when people serve me food and I'm like, oh, you're serving me food. Thank you. Thank you. I am a humble traveler. Absolutely, Terry. They act like it when they can get away with it. I agree. There was a time when if you ask an employee where something is, they would show you. Yes. Nowadays, they do not know the store. Well, my Walmart, the one on the hill does this. If you ask them, because I think someone told them, like, get your stuff together.
So my store, or one of the stores that I go to, you ask somebody where something is, and if they have one of those handhelds, they're like looking it up because they honestly don't know where it is.
Exactly.
Like they have no clue.
Do you think that's a good or a bad thing?
Bad, because they should. If you work in a store, do you not walk all the aisles?
No, I wouldn't.
Like,
but okay, because I know how old, like we're all around the same age. We came from an era, excuse me, where we had to remember everything. It was there was no negotiation. There was no like you did. It was you did it. You did not do it. Like you had to. So we came from an era where we're like, okay, this is on aisle 7. This is on aisle 9. These kids have access to the whole store. I don't like it. I'll tell you. You know what's so funny? I haven't had this pet peeve in a long time because I haven't purchased fabric. I forgot about this. There are certain people who don't know what they're doing at Walmart, and they'll write out the number instead of giving me a tag. So when I go to the cash register, it is a 50-50 chance if the cashier knows what they're doing. I always look for the older person because they've worked there longer. It's really sad.
one of the people, I was on the same aisle as the product I was asking about. Like, I just couldn't see past them and their little cart thing that they were unloading. I was like, do you know where this is? And they're like, no. I was like, it's on this aisle. I have no idea. Like, and just went back to what they were doing.
Rita is 100% correct. When I worked at Walmart, we had to know everything. Again, this was in 1990. Cough, cough, cough. But we had to know everything, and also because we were the people that stocked the shelves, so we roamed around the store. We had to know the entire store.
So you had to know from grocery to beauty to like dog food, electronics.
We didn't have a grocery store back then, but yes.
Oh,
yeah, you had to know.
That's what would get to me.
We had to know the entire store.
Now, like my dad, he managed a Napa Auto Parts, and I could tell you where every single part was in his store, and I would only go there for, I don't know, on the weekends and stuff like that. But
I miss that smell.
It's different. But a whole store, it's a lot of product. I don't know.
Bad things. They should know. They should know where everything is, or don't pass the test to work there. I think we're all speaking. Like, I agree with you because again, this is like from an older person's perspective because you had to know the store. I worked at Carl's Jr.
I'll look it up and find it.
Like, you would get fired if you couldn't work the cash register. Like, if you kept on messing up orders or something, like, you'd get canned back in the day. There was consequences to your actions.
I don't have a problem with them being inclusive and, working with people with low memory or, things like that, and give you a handheld and you look up whatever it is the customer's asking about. But then your job should be to help them find it. Not just say, well, it's over,
Yeah.
in this
I
section.
I'd help you find it, but I'm not going to memorize everything in that store.
No, none of the employees are helping find anything.
In a weird way, the one by my house that I worked at, except for now that they have food, nothing has changed in that store. But I used to work the floor and I knew everything. That was 27 years ago.
Wow, does that make you feel old?
Yes. I think Lowe's has advertised an app so you can find the way around the store. Sometimes I want someone to help me. Am I bad? Am I wrong for needing a fellow human?
Well, Home Depot too. You can go to their website and, like, if you find something, you can find the aisle number, the bay, the shelf or whatever. Like, it tells you like 3 different drill downs to find
all
it.
the grocery stores around me are the same way too. I just pull up the app and it tells me what aisle it's in.
What Soteria is saying is what drives me crazy about a place like Lowe's, because we will place a giant order. I almost said how much. We will place a giant order and, like, we'll get some 19-year-old. And it's a lot of pressure for a kid to supply a professional job when we're ordering slats. Like, I need pallets of stuff, And it's a lot of pressure for these kids. When my daughter was a teen, she was trained without pay for 3 weeks before they hired her at a bakery.
Oh gosh. Wow. They can't do with training without pay anymore, though.
That's illegal here. Yeah. I know that one for a fact.
That's fun. I loved working in a bakery. I did that.
Well, Tasha says she knew where everything was in her True Value that she worked for, even though she didn't know what half of it was used for.
But those stores are so much smaller than Walmart's. I could do that.
I love that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
One of our employees should be able to radio the other in the section the customer is looking for. I agree, but it's just little things, and I don't blame this is one thing that no one ever talks about because we're constantly harping on the younger generation who taught them. They came from us. So
not from me.
Didn't teach them.
Well, I'm saying in a society. I'm saying in a societal
way, society way.
Not in a way of anything personal. I'm just saying. So I try not to go in too hard on the youngsters because I'm like, man, no one ever taught you. My son, I feel sorry for my son sometimes because he was sweeping the other day and I walked up and I'm like, hey kid, get your dominant hand, put it on top, put it, and then just, I'm like, he will know how to leave. When he leaves his house, he'll know how to cook and sweep. When I go to Joanne, I usually get asked where something is. I've learned to not wear khaki pants to Walmart, to Target.
Yeah, I was about to say Target. Yeah.
Yeah.
My uniform for the longest was red polo shirt, and khakis. And I could not go to Target. Like, I just could not go to Target because I would not get out of there within 30 minutes because everybody would be stopping me, asking me where something else was.
Heck yeah. That happened to me one time, and I was like, I will never wear khakis in Walmart. And on formal days, we have polos that we wear at my job, when we all have to look like we wear uniforms. They're navy blue. That is the color, and we don't have to wear khaki pants, we don't have to, but that is the Walmart uniform color, at least what it used to be.
I couldn't go to Walmart after working at Walgreens either because it was the same thing.
Oh, that's hilarious. They would ask you to pull a shift if they saw you walking in wearing a uniform.
Or anything close to it.
Not for me either. My adult children are awesome. I'm not kidding, they are. That's amazing. My family, we all do not like each other. Hey, Deb, hello.
Hi, Deb. Long time no see.
Absolutely. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I help people. The one thing that I get asked all the time is to grab something from the top shelf. They're like, you look tall enough. I am more than glad to assist.
I absolutely always keep my eye open on every aisle for the tall person that I meet. Because as a person who is, vertically challenged, I need a person, and people are usually really, really nice about it. Especially since I walk with a cane.
Oh yeah.
People are super nice to me.
People would be doing backflips to help you where I live.
Yeah. And same with when I was pregnant. Oh my God. When I was pregnant, the world was amazing. People are so nice to pregnant ladies. It is. You just put your hand at the small of your back and go, oh, for a quarter second, and people are rushing up on you. Oh, can I help you?
Yeah, you just rub your belly a little bit.
Yeah. Yep.
Have you ever thought about carrying a pillow with you for those instances where that would be helpful?
I can
There's some people where I wonder. See, but like where I live, we're desensitized here to people like that because on every corner there's people asking for money. And not like in the 1980s movie style. They'll have posters like, and the sad thing is I don't believe half of it because I think it's a racket. It's really sad. I am definitely, you know what it is? I'm 5'9". I just have a freakish reach. And so I can always grab the top shelf. So I'm always like, boop, I got you.
Have you tried the shelving?
Than how tall he is.
Have you tried the shelves in Texas?
No, are they huge?
They're very tall compared to the shelves anywhere else in the country.
Man, I'd be
in the grocery stores.
I think also we have required heights here because we have earthquakes. So everything really isn't up that high, just in case you got to pick it up off the floor the next day. Because that's literally what happens. Like I feel sorry for people that work at grocery stores and stuff like that after an earthquake because you got to pick up the entire store. Not only yay. It happened to me recently, and I was like, thank you for making me feel tall. Thank you so much. I needed something from the top shelf in the refrigerator section at the grocery store that was back a bit. So I went to the other side of the store and grabbed some tongs. That is, you know what's so funny? That is like some Mensa test stuff right there. They would let you in their organization with that story. That is like some CIA level thinking right there. And I'm not kidding. I love that. My son asks me all the time, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, because I have a grabber arm, and I'm like, necessity is the mother of all inventions.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for my mom though. Like, I built her cabinets, and I didn't realize that I was building them to my size. And my mom's a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and so like.
You did not.
What a lovely thing to say about your mother.
You did not say that.
He's implying she has short arms and a short reach.
She's 5. She's of that shrinking age too. And this happened to because I was raised by seniors. My grandma, like when she passed away, she was 4'9". She was always 5'5". My grandma was a hobbit by the time but she lived to be 99. But yeah, my mother has very short arms. So,
See, I knew what you meant.
I'll walk in her kitchen and there would be tongs on there, and she's like, "I need a coffee cup." But I bought her a rack where all of her stuff can hang.
Oh.
I have a crazy reach, and I have grabber arms for stuff.
I have a dog, so I don't have to go reaching anything that's dropped on the floor and behind things. I just have to move the things that are preventing him from getting back there. It's amazing. So we use these wool dryer balls, and our washer is regular level and our dryer is up top. And invariably, you're pulling clothes out of the washer or clothes out of the dryer, and those dryer balls bounce on the washer and bounce behind the washing machine.
Oh yeah.
So I just move the things out, and I just call to him. I tell him help, and he'll come running. And he's so excited to get those wool dryer balls because it's a ball, Mom. It's a ball.
Aww.
But he can hear them hit the floor too now. He's like, "Oh, I heard one hit. I'm gonna go wait until Mom says I can go get it."
Oh man, we are truly playing Bob and Roulette with this one. My mom. And the funny thing is, if she ever heard me call her a T-Rex, "Hi, Mom, when you watch this later, I'll remind me when you hit me." Because my mom will walk up to me like, "Oh, you gotta remind me why." You gotta, because there are many reasons.
So mean.
Oh, it makes me. She has not changed.
Yeah, she should slap you twice for that one.
No.
One with each hand.
She hits my arm because of her height. That's the thing.
Oh, there you go. Now number 3. Just keep going. You're digging yourself a hole.
The other day she said something and she's like, "Yeah, I watch your videos." And I was like, "Oh,
give her a step stool so she can get up.
Okay, I have step stools everywhere. I will never step stool shame anyone. I have step stools everywhere.
Well, hi, Mom. You need to get them 3 times now. 3 times.
I have lit this room up like Dodgers Stadium, so I'm constantly replacing lights. So I need a step stool. Absolutely, service dogs are amazing.
They are.
Oh, whoops, wrong button. There's nothing wrong with needing help. I am one of those people where, I know this is going to sound crazy, and this is a bit old school, but as a man, if I'm lost, I will pull over and ask for direction.
Oh, that is odd.
Are you okay? Guys don't do that.
Really?
Well, the guys that
I refuse to be lost. I refuse. And you know what's funny? It's because I'm a bit spacey with my space helmet on, so I do get lost sometimes. So I refuse. I will pull over and be like, "Hey, did I go past Highway 99? Did I fly?" Like, I will. They'll be like, "Yes, you missed it 6 miles ago."
You use your GPS on your phone?
It depends on where I'm going. If I don't know where I'm going, the phone's in the dash the whole time. If I'm going to Vegas, my phone is face down. I don't even have it,
Well, you've been there so many times. Yeah.
Or there's parts of LA. I'm not from there. So my phone's in the dash because I need a map. There's certain streets I don't know at all.
Yeah.
Even I know Los Angeles, like the actual city, Hollywood, all those better than I know my own surrounding area sometimes. They've done a lot of building up in my area, though. So I was in a grocery store in Texas that doesn't provide free grocery bags. I had a few small items in addition to a couple large items. So I went and got a produce bag and put them in. Problem solved. Absolutely.
Smarter, not harder.
I bring bags in everywhere I go.
Yeah, I've been shamed into it.
I forget.
Same.
But part of it's not my problem because I don't typically do most of the shopping.
I felt like one day I shamed myself because I'm just giving these grocery bags a tour. I'm just like I had an army of bags. And because we're hippies here, all of mine are like washable and cloth. And so, I just washed them all and started using them again. It took me a long time to get used to it, though, because one day they just cut us off. I can't remember if it was like a January 1st. They were like, no more bags.
New York's the same way, but you have to pay. Like, they'll give you paper bags, but you have to pay for them. They're like 15 cents or 5 cents a piece or something like that.
Same here. We have to pay for. Walmart will ask you, like, how many bags. I said this the day it happened. There was a man who tried to fight a clerk one day, and I literally stopped him. I was like, sir, that is her job to ask. Because he was like, why are you asking me this? And I was like, sir, do not ramp up in line. He was trying to get froggy with her, and I'm like, look, we're in line. There's a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Do not fight here, sir. I take my own reusable bags because they charge for every plastic grocery bag in the store.
Yeah.
I think it's like 15 cents. I don't claim. Have a great night, Chloe. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Good night, Chloe.
I don't claim to be like Daddy Warbucks, but I'm just like, whatever. You're gonna charge me. We pay tax here, so there's always a hidden fee in everything.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, whatever. Just I need 5 bags.
I actually have a bag that's one of those June Taylor, like comes with interfacing and you just sew to the interfacing and all of that.
Oh yeah.
I've made one before and I bought another one and it's still sitting in there. I need to make it.
Yeah, I have some canvas yardage. I need to finish making my bags.
Rita, I get lost all kinds of places. My first trip to Vegas, I got lost. I went so far, I was seeing freeways I couldn't even recognize. I also challenged myself to not use my phone. I'm weird about technology because it has enveloped my life. I went from not even having an iPhone to not being able to live without my iPhone. And so sometimes I turn it off and I challenge myself. Like, I'll actually tell myself, don't you remember? I drove to Oregon with a map. Like a pirate. when I was a kid in my little truck. And it was an adventure, but I made it there. I found my friend's house. You know what I'm saying? Like, This was way before cell phones.
So I can do the whole map thing, like getting from city to city, but like within the city, I get so lost. I put the GPS on going anywhere. I've got like all my friends' addresses programmed in because I will drive right past where I needed to turn and not realize it. I'll be sitting somewhere going, where the heck am I and where was I supposed to turn? Like I'll literally be sitting there doing that.
I do that. Or I get anxiety and I'm like, is this the place as I'm passing it? Is this the place? Is this the place? Is this the place?
Oh, I'm like already way past it before I realize that I'm way past it.
I'm actually
I've driven around DC so much I can get around DC pretty well. But depending on where I'm going.
Man, tonight there's a fight in Canada and they're having a hockey game in between the fighting.
What's the score? I'm not paying attention to it. Is it still 1-1?
I can only, because it's an older TV, I can only see Canada's side, so Canada has won.
Canada has won. My gosh.
And I don't want to misquote.
It's 2-1.
Oh, USA! USA!
I didn't want to look it up, but we're in the third period.
I can't, my Twinnie McTwin over here knows how aggressive I get when I watch hockey, so I'm trying not to look.
I have never seen such from him before, and I'm like, wow.
It's because they're fighting tonight. They're taking this one personal. Do you know I watch a lot of hockey and USA, Canada, and USA. I'm sorry, Canada and USA women's hockey team. They play each other 30 to 40 times a year, so there's no more fighting. Like they used to fight all the time, but you're gonna see that person 2 days. So they're not.
Well, there was an issue a while ago when somebody took a Canadian flag for the women's hockey team and used it as a doormat.
I remember that.
Oh.
I remember that. This younger generation, they don't get it. I'm not apologizing. I'm not making excuses, but they don't have like, you know, they're not like like whenever Japan goes anywhere, you'll always see these posts. They're like the Japanese players completely cleaned up the locker room and they did like they swept the floor. You're supposed to be like that. But we're not like that anymore. I go to Montreal, Canada. Sorry, I saw that as Canadians and drive by memory to Victoria and notice all the differences. That's another thing. That's like when I go to the Hollywood I remember is way different than the one that's there now.
Yeah, Ollie, I don't even think I would even recognize Montreal anymore. I can't tell you the last time I've driven through it or around it. We used to go like almost every weekend. It's probably so much different now that I live 20 years in North Carolina. So, yeah.
Katie, with GPSs, they started adding a lot of pepper on the like. It was really weird. They started changing the way they'd give you directions. I agree. I get bored and I'll type in MapQuest. They've changed a lot of that stuff, like how they describe places. It just used to be in steps. It's very wordy.
Yeah.
Or the GPS in the vehicle is, like, because I have a Garmin and the GPS doesn't tell you until you're about to turn or like your quarter mile.
Yeah.
And then it shows you how many lanes there are and which lane you need to be in.
Oh.
And Google will tell you, like, use the second from the left lane or, something like that well in advance.
Oh, yeah. I like using Google. And when I do use like the Apple map, because sometimes it automatically does that, it connects to my watch. And every time I have to turn, it's like my watch starts vibrating and starts like, you're supposed to be turning. You're supposed to be turning. And that
would drive me crazy.
The problem with the Apple map is that it moves. So while I'm driving, it'll move. And I'm like, don't move. I'm lost. Why are you moving?
So I try not to use Apple at all. But what I do like about how Google now has, like if there's cops or anything in the area, they'll go ahead and people can flag them.
Yeah.
And
so you can be alerted for the speed trap.
The speed traps, and that the speed limit is depending on what metro area you're in. The speed is also on the app.
Yeah.
So I know if I'm speeding because I turn red a lot, unfortunately.
My Garmin does have the speed limits, but it's just whatever it's been updated to lately.
My entire state is a speed trap. Do not speed in the state of California. I'm not kidding you. We have a lot of laws that actually protect the people. The cops can't walk up to you. They're not even technically allowed to talk to minors without lawyers. This is a big deal here. There's all kinds of stuff here. But you are not protected in your car. So the CHP, like everyone's just sitting in their car waiting for you to go over that speed limit, and they will give you a ticket.
If you're following traffic and you're not, if you're following them, and the traffic's going, I mean, you could be at hazard if you went the speed limit. Sometimes.
Okay, pace of traffic. I'm glad you brought this up. Pace of traffic is different than going the speed limit. If everyone's going 85, speed up.
Yeah.
If everyone's going, 60, slow down.
I mean, I'm not going to be like the lone horse out there going 65 miles an hour in a 45.
Ignore that advice when you go to Alabama, because Alabama, if the speed limit is the speed limit, the speed limit is the speed limit.
Oh, it's like
it doesn't matter what the rest of traffic is doing.
The problem is we tailgate here. Like, I even noticed my own actions today when I was driving, because I came up on someone's tail and I look and I'm like, oh, you have out-of-state plates. And I just went around them because they don't. We're aggressive here. And I identify that, so I try to do something about it.
Yeah, I'm never going to drive in California.
It's southern. Northern is a whole different planet.
Okay.
Northern
I'm never going to drive in Southern California.
We don't play down here. It's NASCAR. It is NASCAR down here.
I am not Jeff Gordon's girlfriend.
We are on each other's tail like this.
Oh. Is he still around, Jeff Gordon? I wonder how old he is. Is he our age? Is he older? Go ahead.
I'm looking.
53.
He's 53 years
There's
old.
no way. There's no way.
No way.
They're probably thinking of some random Jeff Gordon.
No. He was born in 71.
He just
71?
he had a really good. Was he racing at 18, 19?
I think so. Let me see.
What? There's no way. I thought he was like our age.
He's older.
Oh.
Because I remember watching him as a kid.
Me too. That makes me feel weird. I have some of it. I have Jeff Gordon clothes, and he's like only 10 years. He's like no less than 10 years.
He began racing for the full time in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series for Hendrick Motorsports in 1993.
In junior high.
When we were in junior high. He wasn't in junior high.
Oh, man.
No, man. Yes.
This is what happened when I found out that Snoop Dogg was 50, and I'm like, oh. Yeah. Well, he's like 50 something now, but like a couple years ago when I found his age, I'm like, no way. He looks terrible for his age. I'll say it. I don't care. Even if I meet him, I'll say, sir, I love you, but you look terrible for your age.
Jeff Gordon graduated high school in 89.
Oh. Man, I was still in elementary school.
He's a solid decade. He's a solid decade older than us.
Yep.
So, Jeff Gordon, if you need to adopt someone, hi, how are you doing? I wonder where he lives.
I watch a lot of stuff on the Junior Arnhart. I want to be adopted by that family. They have really cool houses. The Arnhart family? And they have racetracks in their houses and stuff. Like, I want to live there.
Yeah, there's a lot of drama in that family.
I don't care. I'll be the quiet cousin. Well, I'll tailgate if you don't the guy. Oh no.
Oh.
There was an earthquake in Texas today. Was there an earthquake in Texas today?
I don't know.
I think it's the earthquake. It's Tammy and just
I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send it. I will send it. I will claim it.
Yes. Oh, good times.
I'm keeping up with the chat while you two over there.
You're about to see why. Okay. Check your phone.
All about NASCAR, man. It's all about NASCAR. Shalom, I got you.
Okay.
You have to give the context.
Completely lost.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't. Okay, copy. That was good.
Have we won yet? Have we won the game yet? There's going to be riots in Montreal.
Oh, bless. Ooh. Sorry, guys, everyone in the chat. I really wish that we could share that with you all, but
I'm trying so hard to ignore these two. I'm trying so hard to. No, I'm kidding.
There you go, Shalom. I think Tammy was trying to figure out how many shades of red I could get.
It's been a while since
it has been a while since anybody's.
The sun's coming back, though. The sun's coming back, so you're gonna.
You know it.
You know, when I first met you, you were like 3 shades darker.
Mm-hmm. And I will be again shortly. Yeah, the sun's coming back out.
My car got a speeding ticket, but I didn't. Yeah, absolutely. I know that. That's actually how I got my. What's that?
I said I'll have to get the darker foundation. You know, like my skincare.
It's summer though. There's nothing wrong with spending time outside. That's why I made so many ASMR videos, because I realized how much time I spend outside.
Like the garden's about to. I gotta get out of my garden. I gotta start planting that thing.
I know I'm trying not to get my son to hate the backyard. It's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work keeping up with the house. And we're going to find out in a week or two. I'm going to take the door off the raccoon shack when it stops raining.
Are you serious?
Oh, the door's already off, technically. So you just have to walk up and move the door.
Okay. All right.
I made this really weird stucco shed. Also, I was trying to block the tree, and the tree just grew around it. It's a long story. But
video it, please.
Long story short, there was in one of my ASMR videos. I put my camera out, I walk out, I sit down, and the raccoon walks out of the shed. And I'm sitting there and I get up, and you can see in my video, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna let this raccoon ruin my video. I went and sat down, I just kept sewing in my ASMR video. The raccoon went in the tree and watched me. I was wondering, we were both wondering what we're doing in our backyard. Have a great night, Dad.
Rita, it doesn't take very much to get me to blush.
Good night, Deb.
Thank you so much for stopping by, Deb.
Deb, I'll see you tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock.
Didn't say anything. Exactly. I'm gonna have to look that up. Earthquakes are crazy. And a lot of it is when we start messing with nature. Nature will let you know real quick. Alexa, was there an earthquake in Texas today?
Here's your news. In KBUE. Oh, I'm tired just looking at that. Or if you plan on running,
I will be right back, guys.
Yeah. Okay. Need to bundle up.
Alexa, thank you.
You are so very welcome.
Sends me to some random news organization.
Rita, I've never been to a NASCAR race.
Alexa, please
I haven't
stop.
been to NASCAR either. I used to watch it on TV.
Yeah. I used to. Yeah, that's all I did was ever watch it on TV.
I
But I have been to the Daytona racetrack when it wasn't going on. So
we used to go to Fontana all the time. And whenever F1 would go to Long Beach, we'd always go see that.
Yeah, I want to see F1 racing.
It's crazy when you're on the street.
Yeah. To me, that's more entertaining than watching somebody go around in a circle.
Yeah, but what they did in Vegas is kind of elitist and mean. You can't watch it from the street. In Long Beach, they just have chain link fences. They're like, man, don't stand next to the fence. You might die. And that's their only thing they say to you.
Yeah.
And you don't have to pay money, is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm. Well, multi-million-dollar, trillion-dollar business, but technically, so.
It just was weird to me. And then they're going to come back for a third year next year, and no one in Vegas can watch it.
Yeah, it's same time as this year it was. But they've also added another race car driver. So there's 21 of them now.
There was a 5.0 in Texas today.
Okay.
I just think it's weird that the people can't watch. Like in Chicago, if you live above the stadium, you can watch the game for free, and they don't care. It's just weird to me. My parents went to Richmond; they loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Western Texas, I'm texting my daughter now. Wow! So they really did have an earthquake. It hit Texas all the way to New Mexico. 5.0 earthquake shook Western Texas late last night. Welcome to the club, kids. Welcome to the club, kids.
We didn't have that. We just had a car wreck. Massive car wreck.
I've been watching a lot of Johnny Carson, and I forget we had a major earthquake in 1989. We had one in 1992, and of course the big one in 94. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that's crazy. Have you guys ever experienced a earthquake?
Oh, baby one.
I haven't.
I think I probably experience one every day and just don't know it. Oh,
Remember when I was at the hotel, I said I felt something shake.
And there was an earthquake that day.
Yeah.
There was. Yeah. But here's the thing, like the ground is always moving here. So I play this weird game, like, is it indigestion, vertigo, or an earthquake? No, because I'll be sitting here and the chair will move and I'm like, I think that was a Pepsi I was drinking, like it's a weird feeling. It is the strangest feeling. I wanted to go to Richmond, Pocono International, Daytona, and Bristol races. Absolutely. Absolutely. I never have. Earthquakes it's a weird feeling. It's weird. And in America, everybody talks trash. Like, I would never live in Oklahoma because of tornadoes, or I would never live here. I don't know. It's one of those things. I'm just used to it because I'm from here. And I would live in Oklahoma. The big earthquake that took the bridges out, I was there. They were living just as it hit finally. Stopped in Redding, California. That was scary. That was 94. That was the one that took down the freeways. And now we have a mega structure.
I remembered it. Yeah.
I looked that up. Yep, 3.1. Oh, that's
right. We were online. We were streaming at that time.
Sorry.
That's right. I thought I interrupted you, and you're like, "Oh no."
Oh no. No, America, we won.
America.
No, I'm more shocked that we actually beat a Canadian hockey team.
It's because you're wearing the jersey.
They usually this jersey is becoming good luck. They usually smoke us. Honestly, Canada usually smokes America. It's like soccer. I'm shocked we won.
What was the score?
It's 3-1.
Amazing. Go, America.
My husband and I have been watching watching Madam Secretary.
Oh,
I had to laugh because at one point she was threatening the Canadian ambassador. Something about the hockey players would get their visas revoked or something if he didn't back off of something else. I was just like, oh, that would devastate a couple people I know.
So there's 2 games on Monday night. And then I guess like the championship or whatever is on Wednesday, and then we're done with this whole tournament. So 2 more days. So Monday.
My opinion. I'm excited we won. We're winning. Game's not over.
But I don't think the US has lost yet.
No.
So we're probably going to be in the championship game, of course. I mean, look at us.
Poor Finland. We never had hurricanes here, but guess what? I bet both teams were drinking last night together. They fought Ollie in the first 10, 15 seconds. They dropped their gloves. In the first 30 seconds, the penalty box was filled within the first 45 seconds of the game. I'm not kidding you. It was exciting. Twin heard me. I was like, yeah, let's fight. Why'd you even bring your sticks? It's just weird to me because these are like all-star teams. These are honestly, Canada's team. I could name every time I see the back of a jersey, I'm like, they play for this person. They play for that person, for that team.
Yeah, what really trips me up is it's like I see their name and I'm so used to a different number. Like Ahu doesn't have his number. And I was like, no, that's not him. And I just don't like that. I really wish they could keep their numbers, but then again,
I can't believe America won. Are they going to fight? Canada's not getting off the ice. They are. No, but Canada is not. They're not getting off the ice.
That last buzzer's going to go off, and they're just going to go at it, dropping their gloves.
The Canadian team, America is in first place, but it's 4 teams. It's 4 teams in a tournament.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, are those, okay, we all know there's one team that's not there that should be there if there wasn't a war going on. But would we be number 1 if that team was there? Probably not.
No, the Russians are better than everybody else. I'll say it out loud.
Yeah.
They are. And there's a few other countries that should be there.
Yeah.
Like they have enough Latvian players to have a Latvian team. There's more than enough people from Latvia that play in the NHL.
I don't understand. Then why didn't they? Probably didn't have enough money or people to do it for them, like a coach or something, maybe.
3 fights within the first 9 seconds. Tonight was crazy. And now they're doing a ceremony. That's gotta be terrible. Like if I lose, I'm a terrible loser. I'm gonna get fired. I'm gonna go to the locker room. You're gonna fire me. They're gonna be like, God, quit being a poor sport. Are you 9? I'd be like, I'm 8. And I would stomp. I would stomp. Oh man. No one gets off the ice without a beating. It was no joke tonight, Terry. It was no joke. It was intense. Now they're walking out with a giant oversized puck.
Czechoslovakia. Maybe Moscow.
Wow. Wow. If Czechoslovakia was still around, that would be the most countries. That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to watch. You know, because I stay up all night sewing, I love watching. They replay a lot of the games, and so I won't even watch the highlights. I'll watch the game at 1:30 in the morning from beginning to end. You know.
Yeah.
I just miss that. That's all I'm saying. I just miss hockey.
Are they doing reruns while everyone's on vacation? Are they replaying like games from the season?
The Hockey Channel does. They play the entire the NHL channel in America. They play the entire playoffs.
Okay.
And summer's long, so they'll go team by team. You know. And honestly, with today's technology, like with YouTube, you can watch any game because there's all kind of channels that bootleg stuff and put it on YouTube. And in a really weird way, I don't know where the copyright is anymore with YouTube, but I'm seeing a lot of shows that you used to get a copyright strike for. Even in my video, that singer commercial, I used to get a copyright strike for it, and I tested it out, and it's gone.
I guess the licensure's gone away from it or something.
Something's happened.
Yeah.
Which is cool with me. Like I have access. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I just said they're opening things up.
I have access to every Doctor Who I've never seen. You know, I'm in heaven right now. But it's just weird. And I'm rooting for the Kachucks. I must be in an alternate universe right now. It's weird rooting for people that I'm like, if I ever see you on the streets, I will physically fight you. They would pick me up and like walk me like a cat. But you know, I get all into hockey.
Agreed.
I'm so tired of this wind. Is it extremely windy where you are? It gets windy here, but it's like a weirdly seasonal thing. Well, it's not weird. We just have an extremely windy time of year.
Ours were up to 60 miles per hour the other day.
That's hardcore. That's hardcore.
It's fun to drive in.
Okay, I know we already had this conversation, but people people fly kites. It is not rare to walk out your house and see a box kite or somewhere. Do people fly kites where you live?
Yeah.
Not usually. Usually because it's too windy. I mean, I bet they probably do, but I just haven't seen them. We do have a hot air balloon thing in the summer. So
that's awesome. That's beautiful.
Like they can launch hot air balloons, but if the wind kicks up that weekend, we can't.
I was telling Twin last night how I want to go to New Mexico when they have all those hot air. Oh my God, that's on my bucket list. I have not. That's one thing I haven't done.
So like my one thing is I want to get in a hot air balloon. I've never ridden in a hot air balloon, and like a lot of companies won't let you with a service dog.
Do you happen to here? You probably could.
Maybe, but the problem is getting the dog into the basket and getting the dog back out. So like some of them, the baskets are, have like a door that's an easier step in.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them don't. So like I would have to like have somebody to watch him while I went up, because my husband does not want to go up in a hot air balloon.
That was gonna be my next question. Do you have an aversion to heights?
No. Mm-mm. No aversion to heights. Aversion to falling, but no aversion to heights.
I think that's natural.
Like I am, like if you, you know, like if they were to like cut the gas off or whatever, and we like suddenly started dropping, oh my gosh, I would panic.
I was on a plane where we dropped 1,000 feet.
Yeah, that would panic me.
We were literally out in the middle of the desert between California and Arizona, and the plane hit wind or something, and we dropped out. And the pilot even said, like, "Hey, you guys have successfully dropped 1,000 feet." Like, and I'm like, like seriously hyperventilating. It was
Where's
awful.
the mask? Why didn't it come down?
They fell down.
Well,
no, they popped down.
Yeah, they did.
shoot.
Yes, I thought I was.
You put yours on before helping your neighbor.
I thought that was all she wrote. I thought that was gonna be the end of sewing.
Oh, so on the outer loop road that goes by the mountain, Casper, Wyoming, Terry. The outer loop that goes by the mountain road, there's 2 signs, and you'll see them all throughout the state of Wyoming, the high wind areas. And they'll have a windsock attached to the top of them.
Oh wow.
Maybe about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, one of the windsocks came off of one of the signs. I so want to make a quilted one and go like, hang up the quilted windsock, but I know it won't last worth anything with our winds.
Oh, if I lived any closer, I got 100 windsocks for you. They're called my hoods. Just wrap it up, poke a hole in the middle, you got a windsock.
So your hot air balloon festival is at the beginning of October.
In New Mexico.
Correct.
Yeah, that one is. Ours is in like June or July.
It's like a whole week of like.
Yeah. His is
like 9 days.
They've been doing that.
Ours is just a weekend.
It's one of those things that I used to watch on TV when I was a little kid, and they really don't televise stuff like that anymore. But I've wanted to do that my whole life.
Yeah, it's in Albuquerque.
Yeah, I used to. We would drive by. We spent a lot of time on I-40 going through Albuquerque. Albuquerque became a bad word for us because we'd break down going into Albuquerque or break down leaving Albuquerque. Like it was like there was some kind of voodoo around Albuquerque.
Terry, yes. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
I do want to sail to Oz.
Yeah.
We're off.
But we totally got to watch the hot air balloons going up. And you get there early enough in the morning so you can see sunrise from the hot air balloon. That's where I first started wanting to go up in a hot air balloon. It'll be so fun.
I do sit around and think of all the things that I haven't done, and that's something I want to do. I just hope my son doesn't. We're gonna find out if my son has an aversion to heights or not. It's human nature. But it's human nature to get near an edge of a tall building, and be like, I don't want to jump off, or or have that phobia. That is human nature. That's not something crazy. We all have that inside of us. I went to the Skywalk in the Grand Canyon. My fight or flight instincts were screaming like, "What are you doing? There's nothing underneath us," because on a beautiful day it's clear.
Yeah.
It's human nature.
I love like hot air balloons and like the whole idea of them.
Yeah.
Shalom, are you still there?
I'm back now. There was a popcorn explosion crisis in the kitchen downstairs.
That's a tasty problem.
As long as it's not burnt.
Oh
no, it's not burnt. It was just like they did cook it on the stove.
Yeah.
And it was over. They put too much popcorn in the pot. We're starting to.
Oh, that's amazing. I recently would not let my son get a Jiffy Pop because last time he made one, he burnt it. And like he has this obsession with burnt popcorn. I can't do it anymore. And no, Terry, I have not seen Wicked.
I haven't seen it either.
Mm-mm.
When I was a kid, I witnessed a parasailing accident, so I will never pay in Mexico in 1989. Or it was like either 89, it was either 88, 89, or 90. I saw a parasailing accident. I will never parasail ever.
Oh.
Especially in a foreign country where they don't have the same insurance. No, because most companies here, to do anything, you have to have an insane amount of insurance. The Skywalk is scary, Rita. It is. You have to have an insane amount of insurance. And in other countries, you don't. We have more liability in the state of California. If you buy a boat, they make you jump through more hoops in the state of California than if you live in Mexico and you own and operate a parasailing business. No, I haven't seen Wicked. Have any of you guys seen Wicked?
No.
I have not.
Does anybody have plans to?
I would love to, but
Not at this current moment.
I'm not a theater person, and I know it's so funny. I saw it in the theater, so it's one of those weird things.
Oh, you're gonna go see Hamilton with me.
Oh gosh.
I would go see Hamilton.
I can recite every single word to it. It's wonderful.
I told you about my old neighbor who was obsessed with the Book of Mormon, and he would play it loudly.
So Hamilton.
the t-shirt quilt that I did for someone, the majority of their shirts were either musicals or TV show, and the Book of Mormon on there, and they wanted all the tour dates and all of that on there too. So like I had the front and the back of the shirt on there. They'd seen Wicked and a couple of others.
I have a Wicked themed featherweight, and it works.
Aww.
How big was the quilt, Tammy?
Huh?
How big was the quilt?
It was about twin size. But I was having to Tetris everything in. So I took all the measurements of everything, turned it into millimeters. So I had even numbers to work with. And then did some stuff with Excel to print out what I needed. So I could literally sit there and move things around like I was moving furniture in my house.
Oh,
like that was how I planned that quilt out. That was the only way to do it.
So would you go to Mars and volunteer? Would you volunteer to go to Mars?
No, that takes too long. That takes
I don't know. I mean, I would never return. So
exactly, that's kind of the problem.
And that is the thing. It would be a one-way trip. It would take a long time to get there.
Yeah,
probably more than one generation.
No, at certain times of year, it takes like a couple months to get there.
There better be so much people going with me. That's all I gotta say.
It just depends on what time of year we're pointed at it. If we had different technology, I would go if I could come back. But that movie, The Martian, no, there's no way. Eating potatoes and listening to disco, I'd go crazy.
There's so much that you can do. How much solitaire can you play?
You know, I'm not anti-theater at all. I watch all kinds of Gilbert and Sullivan on YouTube. It's just like modern stuff. I'm not necessarily into a lot of stuff.
Well, it's the whole history of our nation coming together.
I've never seen Hamilton.
Well,
Well, that's kind of the point of why she wants to take you. Just saying. Just saying.
Hey, Christy V. Hello. Welcome to the House
I
of
get to take
Sewing.
you to your first quilt show. Then we're gonna go.
I'm ready. I'm flexing my quilting muscles. I'm ready for the next show. Put me in
Man,
coach.
you're like, it's like a drug now. I started. The Hulk of the quilting shows has now awoken in William.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm going to Vegas. I will be there in Vegas. Now I feel like Hulk Hogan. I'll be there. Meet me in Vegas, brother. Thank you. I absolutely love. I had to put this on. I'm surprised we won. It was a good game. There was 3 fights within 9 seconds. Thank you. It was a great game too. And it's funny, if we had lost, I'd be like, nah, they played great. I would be in a different mood. Yay. What do you think you could get? Flight to Mars. See, here's my thing. I wouldn't want to go somewhere without being able to come back. Yeah. That's my whole thing. Most definitely. Absolutely. So I wouldn't want to go, like, I'll go to the moon, stand there, take a picture like Captain Morgan, and go home.
Yeah.
I have enough joint problems. I don't need the bone loss either. So let's not. I think that would do it for me, is that I don't need to go.
But you also, it slows down the aging process. We learned that from the twin brothers. I read Scientific American.
Yeah, no, I remember reading that.
So I know way too much about this. It's not, it's significant enough to notice, but it slows down the actual. So technically, his twin brother is older than him now.
Oh, goodness.
Technically,
I'm still good.
9 months? I thought that was longer than that.
No, it's 9 months. It's like something in that range.
Really? I thought it was a little over a year.
At a certain time of year is when we can actually point something at Mars, and it takes 9 months to get there.
And we're the closest to it, yeah.
And it's only that time of year. I would jump out of a plane, but would not on an aircraft to Mars. I've said this a million times. I want to jump out of a plane, and I want to do it with my own parachute. But again, nowhere in the United States of America will let you.
You're going to go to iFly.
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
I'm so qualified. I don't know if I would go without knowing that. No, I wouldn't. I don't know. It depends. It really does slow down the aging process. I am so sorry, Sydney. I've never seen Hamilton before. But there's a lot of stuff that I haven't seen though. Like I don't know. I went and saw a lot of stuff years ago, but I really haven't been. It just depends. No gravity to make you sag. Musk is getting that rocket ready to go to Mars. It's a total one-way trip, though. I have a few USA jersey from when the World Juniors. I collect all kinds of crazy juniors, junior jerseys. I was reading and trying to talk at the same time. I collect all kinds of crazy jerseys. But I bust this out whenever there's World Juniors or anything. I bust this out. I do. I even wear this when USA women are playing Canada. That's how I know how many times they play each other. I'm always here for you, Sydney. That's how I know when they're playing each other. I saw the movie The Martian. That is not for me. Absolutely. Remember I showed you the Eiffel Tower guy? Oh, that was crazy. That's right. He did die. They called him the Bat. There was this guy who made his own jumpsuits, and he had many successful jumps, but he tried to jump off the Eiffel Tower.
Oh.
And he was not successful. Oh, that's right.
That's why he's famous, because he was not successful. He wouldn't have been famous if he was successful.
I completely forgot about that. Ollie did send me that. Oh, that's hilarious.
The successful ones become random trivia. The unsuccessful ones become famous.
Mm-hmm.
It's really sad though. Infamy is a weird thing because we remember people who are more infamous than famous sometimes, you know?
Yeah. Because we remember them because they, screwed up, not because they, did something right.
Isn't that so sad but true? There's people even from 20, 30 years ago that I remember for something dumb they did, and I'm like, I wonder what happened to so-and-so. And it's always because of something crazy that happened.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I guess I should start pinning after 2 hours.
I've made one arc and I'm halfway done with my second one.
I have to do this old school, so it's like without a serger, it's kind of bugging me. But I'm a sewing machine. I keep on telling myself that my serger utterly and completely is not working. He was successful. He jumped.
That's true.
I know all sorts of historic sewing stuff. That's right. He did make his own parachute. Back when I was threatening of making my own parachute, everybody was like, "William." So I got every horror story that there is because people were concerned for my dumb choices.
Mm-hmm. I just don't see how that would have been. I don't know. They were gonna let you stuff like
In
pack your own
Tijuana,
bag and then go out of an airplane.
I called all around America, and there's in the United States of America, they will not let you jump out of a plane with no experience and or your own parachute at all. But in Mexico, in Tijuana, there's an airfield. I called. I told the guy what I was gonna do. He got quiet. He was like, "Come on down. This will be interesting." What he was really saying was, "I'll let you jump for free if you
Yeah.
live."
Sign your own. He signed a waiver. I am not responsible.
Yeah, but they do that in America for everything. Bungee jumping, all of that. You
Yeah.
sign your life away. You sign a waiver saying that these people are not responsible for my stupid decision right now. So in that moment, if something really does happen to you, they're not liable at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But in Mexico, they have different laws where they don't care. Or the thing is, it's not that they don't care; it's they literally do not have a law for it because no one has been that dumb.
Okay, to be fair, the the matriarchal society that you're walking into in Mexico, I would expect to be getting chased by a mad grandma with a flip flop if I was going to go do something stupid.
That chocolate.
So
Grandma loves you.
that's why they're doing other stupid stuff. They're not doing the stupid stuff we Americans can think of. Because the grandma is stopping them. We're going to go under that assumption.
It's one of those things because I looked into it and they don't have a law for it, which doesn't make it right or wrong. I'm just saying.
But hey, they're willing.
It's been so long that I've done this without a serger. This is going to be janky. You know what, though? I am a sewing machine. I don't need a serger. Eye of the Tiger is playing in my head right now. Oh, the shirt's uneven already, I can tell. And I know this. Why is that so uneven?
So is this the shirt that you're putting that hood on that you made last?
Yeah, but then the serger decided to have other plans. And that's okay. You know what? When life, it's the old cliche. When life gives you lemons, make a lemon pie. I'm kidding. Make lemonade.
Oh, lemonade. That sounds good right now.
Lemon pie sounds better.
During the
first
summer,
rendition.
during the summer, I make all of that stuff. And sun tea, which I didn't realize was a big point of contention with people in other countries, but I actually do make a ton of sun tea during the summer.
I used to make sun tea all the time.
There was a grandma at my old elementary school, and she had a Myers lemon tree. And she used to make me lemon bars almost every other week. I was like, I love you. And she just pop in. She goes, Jesse, I have something for you. I'm like, all right, Grandma.
I think one of the reasons I'm dreaming of summer is because I keep on flipping through the videos of last summer. It wasn't anything spectacular. It's just my garden was plentiful, and we had decent weather last year.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully it'll be the same this year.
Thank you so much for stopping by, Sheila. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Sheila.
We'll be back at it on Monday. Oh, actually, no. I'll be back at it tomorrow for the Sewing Power Hour. My thumbnail is already up.
Yay.
Hey, Native, how's it going? Great to see you.
Hello.
My thumbnail is from Point Break, from the movie Point Break. Have you seen it yet?
No, I didn't know it was up. I'm just
organized.
shocked.
I'm organized. If I get bored enough, I'll put up Mondays.
I mean, I laughed. I seriously laughed when you said, oh, my thumbnail's up already. I'm like, wow, he's early.
I don't know. I was feeling productive.
I'm glad.
Yesterday. And then today.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We're trying to live up to Tammy's standards.
Absolutely. Tammy sets an unobtainable ceiling.
Oh, I was like, she has her line stretched out for the next month, y'all. I was like, I know where she's going to be. When?
I make it easy for people to find me.
You are so organized. I'm not even saying this is a bad thing. You are so organized.
Well, tomorrow night I've got Sean joining me for working on the goat.
Yep.
We're sewing a goat. I got to pull my horse back out and put it up instead of the...
Mm-hmm.
I thought the pile behind me in the corner was like falling forward, and it's not.
Do you have all the pieces cut out?
Yeah, I think so.
Point Break is an absolute classic. Absolute classic. I love that movie. That's it.
I haven't seen the remake yet, or the 2015 version. Anyway.
Neither have I, and I refuse. I didn't even know there was a remake up until you said something right now. I had no idea. Thank you,
so
Terry.
Yeah, you have to come see me first. And then we go over to Williams, and then we go to Tammy's. It's like playing leapfrog. Boom, boom, boom.
Who? What? I don't know.
Yes. If anyone knows that reference, congratulations. I'm going to make a short with it. I really am. I found the black and white. Yeah, I went on YouTube and I was like, I'm just going to snip that clip out. I have plans. It's going to be great. I just need to get pictures. Or find pictures. Oh, it'll be great.
I love Point Break, and that's what that movie is. One of the movies that made me want to surf.
I don't think I've seen it. There's a lot of things I haven't seen.
It's a classic surf movie. Well, I don't want to give it away. It's a really good movie.
No, I mean, I probably have watched it. I'm just not good with names of movies and things that I've watched. Like, as soon as I see it, I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's how I roll.
It was one of those Keanu Reeves is hot movies.
Oh, Keanu. Then I probably have seen it. I was all into him at one time. I just want to watch all his movies.
I actually think I have not seen this. None of it's looking familiar. Sorry.
I absolutely love that movie, and that is How to Not Spend a Summer. But it's a great movie. Nope, do not watch either. I was not a fan when they I don't like. It's weird. I'll watch certain remakes, but I scoffed when I found out there was a Footloose remake. I was like, "What? I haven't seen it." It was Christian Slater, and I don't think he was. It was an old, like, to me, that was literally the movie that put my feet on a surfboard. I loved that movie. And I tried big wave surfing, and thanks to the Australian guy who saved my life, big wave surfing is not for everybody. And my hand is raised on that everybody list. It's weird to me. Have we finally reached that age where everything's of our youth is going to be remade?
I don't know, but there's a lot of remakes coming out.
It seems that way.
Breeze plays FBI agent looking for surfers who robs banks. Such a good movie. Johnny Utah. Such a good movie. I Walk in the Clouds. I love that. I absolutely love that.
I could probably ask my husband, and he would know exactly the movie because he's a movie buff.
I don't remember if Christian Slater in it, but I do remember that Patrick Swayze was in it.
He is so hardcore in that movie. He is that movie is awesome. The remake of Footloose was a complete waste. Thank you, Rita. Thank you. I will never watch it. There's certain things that there's a lot of recent remakes I regret watching, so I use caution with certain things. Candace agrees with Rita, and Candace thinks Keanu Reeves was hot.
I hear he's a really awesome individual. Like outside the movie world.
He's donated his entire salary to charity a few times.
And I have the new. I bought the newer Matrix because I had never seen it before, and on the behind the scenes, he didn't want people to know, but the crew was like, no. He bought the crew Rolex watches. He bought them all kinds of just stuff. He showered them with gifts. He is a stand-up person because he knows they're not getting paid that much, and he's getting paid millions and millions to be in these movies, you know.
And he makes he owns a motorcycle company.
Crazy.
Yeah, the bikes are insane.
He's so humble. Are you kidding me? I would not be that humble. Just warning. I'm warning. I would not be.
So if you won the lottery, you might not tell anybody, but there would be signs. Is that what we're saying?
In a weird way, it already happened to me. There's one. I'm a hoarder is the big sign. to quote Method Man, hell yeah, there'd be signs. There's an old interview where they asked Method Man, and this was in the early 90s, is money going to change you? And he's like, I hope it does. He went off on this speech of I'm broke. I hope money changes my life. So I have that mentality of heck yeah, I hope it does. Oh, this is going to fit. I made this huge on purpose. This is definitely gonna fit. I forgot what it was to make clothes without a serger.
See, you needed to go back to your roots.
Literally, because that's how I got here, was upcycling clothes and making creations on my sewing machine. Oh no, I have Footloose stuck. I've got this feeling this town is holding me
Give
down.
me back. Dun, dun.
I love Footloose.
Mhm.
But it was that era, like, and for as much as I am stuck in the past, it's because those things were amazing and they were worth being reviewed 20, 30 something years later. Is there anything that you're stuck on from the past? Music wise, is there anything that you still listen to?
I still listen to everything I listened to back then.
Same.
Yeah, absolutely everything.
So you're still rocking GNR after all these years?
Maybe.
Let me tell you, when Welcome to the Jungle comes on the radio, get out of my way. I roll down the windows. I'm like, let's go. I'm singing at people like.
So Welcome to the Jungle was was the baseball theme song, like at East Carolina, because we called the baseball field the jungle because we were the Pirates.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I don't know how that just goes together, but anyway, it was good. So I hear that constantly. It kind of got old after a while, but it's coming back on me. It's good.
I rotate songs. Like, I'll give certain songs a year off because I do listen to the same stuff over and over.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'll go to country, to 90s alternatives, to 80s, and I'll just, I have like a little circuit. So
that's a big no from Ollie. Ollie is like, no.
It's all right, Ollie. We can still hang out and have fun, Ollie. We don't have to listen to Guns N' Roses.
It's weird. My brother would drop me off at junior high, and I was embarrassed the fact that he listened to Metallica. It's weird. It's a generational thing,
Yeah, you don't like Metallica.
No, I'm not in the Metallica.
See, I can listen to that. I like it. See, I'm part of that crowd.
When Lars, it's the whole Napster thing. If you sue a 12-year-old, I don't like you. And it's so sad that I remember that after all of these years. I'll never listen to rap stuff. I never will. I prefer acid rock. I listen to all kinds. I'm all over the place when it comes to music. That's probably one album that hasn't gotten old for me. There are so many albums that I still listen to. That's what I was trying to get to. There are certain things where I'm like, man, I've been listening to Huey Lewis and the News for 30 years. Just something crazy. I can't stand GNR, but only because of the guitar.
Yeah.
Can still listen to the whole Appetite album to this day. Absolute.
Appetite for Destruction.
Gosh, that reminds me of a certain time in my life called elementary school. Metallica tried to fight me one time. The Ride the Lightning tour. That Ollie, every time you say that, you remind me of the Big Lebowski. Every time you say that, Ollie, it reminds me of the Big Lebowski. Speed of Sound tour. They were a bunch of a-holes. I love that. Sorry, I'm quoting the Big Lebowski. I absolutely love that movie.
I got you.
That's a movie that I take years off. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to watch it this year because I've seen it so many times. I can quote it. And when they're talking about the In-N-Out on Radford, it's still there. I could take you there. A lot of the stuff in that movie is like in the town, like 2 or 3 towns away from me. Good times.
I don't think I actually hang on to anything. I still listen to some of the music. I listen to all the music that I've ever listened to, but I also listen to all the new stuff. I don't have any loyalty whatsoever when it comes to music. Same with movies. I don't think I relived my childhood.
I still listen to I still listen to the same stuff I listened to in junior high.
I mean, I still listen to it. I just don't like. It's not.
I'm not
my go-to of any sort.
I will
Punk
tell you,
is
like,
still my go-to.
I was angsty as a kid, and I listen to it now more as an appreciator and less of like, let's go start a revolution. Because when I was a kid, there were certain things I would listen to, and I'm like, yeah, I feel this way. And as an adult, I'm like, this is a great song.
Well,
We
now
just-
I will say this: like, there's certain songs that can come on, and I will sing along to every single word of it. And like, I remember where I was,
Yeah.
you know, when I was learning the lyrics. Like, I mean, okay, this is really gonna tell where I'm from. Garth Brooks, "Ain't Going Down Till the Sun Comes Up." I can literally, I had a cassette of it, and I would, or I copied it off the radio onto cassette, and I would replay it until I could sing every single word.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that is a hard song to do.
It is.
Yep. There's like, I mean, songs like that, like, will take me back a little bit, but it doesn't, like, it's not something I just have to have.
Yeah.
It's weird. I think because I'm nostalgic, there are certain things that I listen to where I'm like, okay, this should have stayed in 1994. And then other things seem timeless to me. But I always think about like the big band era went on for over 25 years. I could name you maybe 2 or 3 big bands, and they were famous back in the day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So what happened to them? Is that going to happen to us where we're just completely forgotten?
I think it could.
Because
I think it's.
Oh, go ahead.
I think things are also kind of moving the way that, if they're moving the way that it looks like it, to me that they are, then it's, everybody's kind of conglomerating and adapting and all of that. So even though the kids don't necessarily know the songs that we grew up with, or the songs from our teen years or whatever, they would adapt to them, like, or at least some of them anyway.
Candace, it's funny you would say this. I had this moment the other day. I know every lyric to every song that came out in the 90s, and I literally forget passwords. When at my job, I switched the computer password, and everyone got mad at me. I was like, I can't remember the old password. This is so true.
My husband remembers a lot of stuff and has no recollection of the password he created 5 minutes ago. Yeah.
When the radio comes on, if it's 80s or 90s, I don't need a prompt sheet. I can almost sing any song, that even something I wasn't into.
Yep. My 12-year-old just got her first earful of Killing in the Name of.
Oh,
heck yeah!
Absolutely loved it. I just kind of went back to my grunge 90s days a little bit, and talked about Chris Cornell and seeing Soundgarden in Seattle in 1992.
Me and my friends got beat up by the riot police when Rage Against the Machine played at the Democratic National Convention in Los Angeles. They played outside, which was a bad idea. Thousands of people showed up, and we got walked over by the riot police. Good times. It was cool when you're 19. I don't have the physical strength for it in my age now. But that was
the brittle bones. Yeah.
Well, I just don't. It's not that I don't care. It's just I was filled with so much more angst back then, and I wanted to go see a free show. And let me tell you, there's no such thing as a free show.
I'm glad you know that now, William. Just saying.
Rage played for maybe 45 seconds before we were told to leave.
Shoot.
I think there's so much forgotten is remembered for what happened during that time. They're all lost their minds. See, and that's that. I think because I watch a channel called the 1920s channel, and every time I watch it, my thing is these people were so important 100 years ago, literally, like 100 years ago, if not like more, and we don't even remember them. Recently, I bring this up again. Recently, I watched a Charlie Chaplin movie, and it tripped me out. That was LA 100 years ago, or if not more. And it doesn't look like that. Chris Cornell, miss him, loved his voice. Absolutely. You holding up, Coach?
Yeah,
you
I'm
still
doing
in the
great.
game? All right.
Yeah, I'm doing some research.
You have that.
I'm listening.
Okay. Just making sure.
I'm here for you.
Thanks for the butt pat. I'll go back in. Go throw a touchdown.
Oh, I don't touch that. No.
I think it's weird in sports that people. I think in today's time, I think it's weird that people still do the butt pat.
I don't know. I always thought that it's kind of like it's just understood, and people don't feel. I mean, if they didn't like it, they would tell their teammates, right?
Yeah.
And then it just wouldn't happen.
You would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody I knew, like somebody who was my friend, butt patted me, I wouldn't care. But if some guy that I don't know just comes up and touches my butt, that doesn't go so well. I have on 2 occasions just hauled off and punched somebody.
I would. You don't. I would. It's so weird. Where I'm from, we have bubbles. We respect space where I live. If you gave me the 1950s secretary swipe, I'm gonna come at you. I watch a lot of sports, and it's weird to me that they still do that.
Mm-hmm.
I got full on boob goosed in Italy, like both of them at once, honk.
Oh,
and
yeah.
No, that he was on the ground, and then he looked really surprised. He looked at me like, "What are you doing?" It's like, no.
Think about the series Buck Rogers, how much stuff has come to life in terms of technology. I agree with you. Same with
The Simpsons.
Star Trek. Well, The Simpsons predicted the future is weird, but
Yeah.
Star Trek, the screens, all the stuff that we live in that world. They had nothing but flat screens on the original Enterprise.
It's true. Yeah, if you think about it, yeah.
Their communicators were flip phones.
And we now have AI, so you can ask Alexa questions at the end of your desk.
Yes.
That is so true. Never thought of it like that. I am participating in the downfall of society.
You are living in the Star Trek universe, just exactly as you want. I think that's great.
It is true. Is there a way for me to rewire my A word and call it computer?
I wonder.
Probably.
Could you ask her?
Yeah, and you can probably change your voice.
Yeah.
Let's ask her.
Yeah.
Well, let me turn it up so we can all hear it. Alexa, is there a way to turn your name into computer?
Here's something I found on the web. According to techrepublic.com, the computer name can be changed through the BIOS settings.
No, you need to say, "Hey Alexa, can I change your name?"
Hey Alexa, can I change your name?
Use the Alexa app to change the wake word. Select the device's icon, select Echo and Alexa, and then select your device. You might have to select the settings icon to reach the device settings page. Then, scroll under General
Alexa,
and select...
He's not going to do it.
Yep.
My pleasure. Just doing the job.
Oh, she went past 3 steps.
Yeah.
You have exceeded my tolerance, Alexa.
Too many steps.
That's too much just for me to yell at my A word and call it computer.
I love that it's called the A word.
It's because I don't want to trigger it. It is the A. It is the new A word.
Hey, Alexa. Nope. Didn't work.
It goes by his voice, yeah. But you could totally do it. Just write down the steps or like get it on the computer and just go step by step.
Well, you know what? If I'm feeling froggy later, I'm gonna finish this shirt because sewing that piece together reminded me that I actually used to make clothes before having a surgery. So when I finish this shirt, I'll futz around with my A word.
And then maybe you can turn off the 6:30 alarm.
Oh, that would be just manna.
I mean,
Manna from heaven.
I sent you instructions before.
yeah.
Just saying. Just saying.
I'm a man.
I know that, obviously. I sent you instructions because you are a man.
But, Tammy, you heard it's more than 3 steps because he's a man.
No, I have this weird thing
He
about the
is
grocery.
a man. That's 4 words, so there's at least 5 steps because we have to have a period at the end of this sentence.
I have this weird rule about if I go to the grocery store and I need more than 3 things, I have to write it down.
True.
Like if I'm just going for like laundry soap, I'm gonna walk in there, grab laundry soap, a thing of Twizzlers, some stickers, and leave. You know, but like if it's
I
I need,
experienced this with you. This is true.
I write things down. I have to write things down.
I turn it into acronyms so that I can remember.
Oh, acronyms. I like acronyms.
Yeah, me too.
It depends on what it is.
But I use a lot of mnemonic devices so I can remember things. Like most of the time when I put my phone down, someone taught me that if you visualize your phone blowing up or visualize the thing that you have and that you're putting somewhere, if you visualize it blowing up, you'll remember where it is. And I do that with my phone and make my phone blow up and I remember where it is.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is my bed, because I take my phone to bed with me and listen to rain sounds.
Mm-hmm.
And like I get it to turn itself off. So I can't find it the next day because my bed is basically all feathers. I've got a feather bed underneath and then a down duvet on top, and it just gets swallowed up.
Oh, that sounds like a nice burrito. I call it burrito.
Oh, it's good.
When I get all in my bed.
Good. It's the best burrito.
The whole reason I have the watch isn't because I wanted a digital watch, because I have a drawer full of traditional standard old style watches. I love my watches. Love them to death. This thing is huge compared to all of them. Like I have decorative ones that go with every single jewelry outfit I could put together. Like literally, I have watches. I love them. But I have this one because I can recharge it and because it can locate my phone even if my phone's on silent. This is the whole reason I have this.
I'm laughing because I use this phone to find this phone. I have Find My Phone on my old phone.
Yeah. So Tammy, sometimes before I was really bad at my car keys, so I'd take my watch to find my phone to find my keys.
So I had a tile.
Like, I have a tile on my
AirTag thing. I had a tile on the remote control thing for my dog's buzz collar. Because I would accidentally set his leash down, or I would set the remote down somewhere and couldn't find it. Yeah, I'd have to keep going back and forth.
I do that. I lose the means to find the other means, and I need a finder for my finder.
Well, if I use this to find my phone, then I can find the locator for his collar.
Candace, today's opening day. I had to wear it.
Man, you're reporting with the pitchers and the catchers. You are there first.
Strider's back. Y'all, Strider's back. I'm so excited.
Man, you're there first day. You reminded me.
Hey, it's like a countdown in my life.
I have the Dodger channel. They show everything. They show everything as far as
No.
spring training. They show
Sorry.
everything.
I don't have that channel. Or a channel like that for the Braves.
The Braves don't have their own channel.
I don't know. I'm not that hardcore.
The Dodgers do, and it's weird because I can watch it like right now. There's a Dodger game on.
Let me know how Freddie's doing, okay? I miss Freddie.
They basically replay the entire season throughout the off season.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I think I might have a phone back in the drawer. This phone's crazy because my iPhone 7 was so glitched that they gave me an 8 for free. And I'll never know why. And I still have both of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was back before they could really track you because my phone kept on asking me for an email I didn't have and it would not stop. And no one at at the time, T-Mobile could figure it out, so they gave me the phone.
Interesting.
Yeah. It was that much of a problem. They gave me a free phone and let me keep my other.
Hi, Lori.
Hi, Lori. How are you doing?
Hey, welcome. We've been going for 3 hours. I'm going to park this in a minute.
Yeah, I'm starting to peter out, I think.
Oh, you didn't say we've gone around Jupiter twice.
I'm almost there. Well, I'm not ending it. When you hear me say we have gone around Jupiter twice, get your bags, go to the restrooms, because I'm leaving. That is my signal of like, okay, we've had fun.
That's how I know. I was like, oh, hey.
I watch a lot of sci-fi. I read a lot of sci-fi books. Like, I'm a geek. So going around Jupiter twice is fun.
Random for today. February 15th is World Hippo Day.
Yay!
I only think of one thing when I think of hippos, and it's not something I need to repeat right now.
I used to in the beginning of my streams, I would always talk about the odd days. But then I got more subscribers and I had to find other things to talk about. But every time I would stream, I would talk about whatever day it was that day. We have some really weird holidays in general.
Yes, we do.
And because of the inception of the internet, we have the ability to name everything now. So almost every day has some obscure holiday. So if you're into something, don't worry, your holiday is coming around.
We'll get there eventually.
Well, it is Saturday night. I want to think. Oh, hold on.
Oh, National Jessica Day is February 25th.
I told you there is a day for everything.
All right, February 25th.
I need you to celebrate and say hi to me.
I think
February 25th is also National Chocolate Covered Nut Day.
Ooh, I like chocolate covered nuts. They're good.
Yeah. I'm 12.
There's 50 jokes. I'm stopping myself from saying
Yeah.
bad. I have to stop myself. There's like 50 jokes that I want to say right now.
Do you remember?
I knew I ran
family. This is a family show.
You remember Chef's song from South Park?
Which one? Chef had some bangers. Chef.
I ran right into that one.
Suck on my chocolate salty something.
Okay, that's the exact song I was thinking.
Yeah.
That is the exact song. Okay, we're starting to get chippy.
I'm turning 12. Okay.
Oh, good times.
Never go for full 12, guys. Never go full 12.
Oh, 12 was a good year for me.
Does anybody have anything that they'd like to shill, or anything that we have to look forward to in the future?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we obviously have Jess's unbirthday on the 25th. That's definitely Jess's unbirthday party.
Tomorrow at our triple play starts at what, 5 o'clock? West Coast time. 5. See, I saw you trying to just be like,
I had to think through it. I had to add 3 hours to that.
Chocolatey, salty.
Because my brain's still not ready yet.
My
brain's still at the, wow, Jessica, you left that wide open.
Oh, you mean wide. You left both barn doors open. And that chocolate covered cow came running out of that barn.
And it wasn't a Highland.
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
At least it wasn't. Well, never mind.
happy birthday.
Thank you. Look at it, it's in your birthday month.
I'm
Your
I'm
twins.
trimming 240 snowballs during a blizzard.
What quilt are you working on, Lori?
Oh, wow. You know, I feel so guilty. It was literally like 70 degrees here today. And it's been raining, though. It's been raining.
You're allowed to enjoy your weather while the rest of us suffer. No, I'm seriously not complaining about the weather.
Oh.
It got back up into the mid 40s, so I'm okay. I'm not going to complain anymore. It's not. We won't be getting any more snow. It's just going to rain for a while again. But rainforest life.
We won't be
Yes.
back into the 40s for a while.
No, Ollie, not officially. That's September.
Jessica
25th. Put that on
did
your
on
calendar. September 25th.
But we'll be back at it tomorrow. We will be doing the triple play. I hope everybody comes and join us starting at 5 o'clock West Coast time. Jess will be starting it off. I'm the middle runner.
Who's on
I'm
first?
in the middle of the relay. You'll pass the baton on to me. And then at 7 o'clock West Coast time, Tammy's going live.
Yay.
She's our closer. You're the closer.
I am the closer.
Ooh, I'm gonna be Strider. That's coming right at you.
You're the starting pitcher.
You're gonna be
I'm
the relief pitcher.
Yeah, I'm the relief and teamwork, small ball, teamwork. Absolutely, I do. I hope you stay safe, Lori. It's just crazy to me how different the weather is. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But we'll be back out tomorrow to keep you guys warm. We'll be doing this tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great night. And as always, I want to thank everybody who's been here. You guys make this channel what it is. I just keep the lights on. So I thank everybody for being here tonight. I thank everybody on the panel. Thank you so much, Shalom. Tammy, twin as always with your Atlanta Braves shirt on.
Yes.
Thank you so much. But we will be back at it tomorrow. So I'm not going to go out with my usual fluff. Like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself. Thank you so much for sticking to the end. And I will definitely